I mean, yeah, it is crazy the quality of healers that they have here. But wow, look at that, 69.2 as they escape the first.
That's a new low.
Intermission. Yeah, that is right up there with the best we'd seen earlier today.
I think we've got like 69.1. I think is our best for today with their 4 healers.
Shabby, slow.
Yeah.
They need to improve. If they don't, I'm leaving. I've had enough.
I just don't want them to slack. That's
Yeah.
well, this is good. This is a great
Logok going low.
percentage.
We're good. Okay. Just
Can
so
we swap to
scary.
Logok? I want to see just how much healing those guys are pumping when it's called upon. It's around here.
His
that
Heart of
we
the
start
Wild,
doing it.
I think it's in about a minute.
Yeah, I think it's when we leave the next downstairs.
Control
Yeah.
E.
Control E, yeah, that's how you know it's a bind. You don't have to press that often.
Under duress bind.
Yeah,
oh,
that's.
God.
Oh my
Deep
goodness.
Shade's
He's fine.
Oh, he's got to move back as well. He was going to try and get in range of some of the healers, but Tubbins and Gubbins showed up, and he is not leaving those two friends alone. He needs that
I forgot
mastery.
about Tubbins and Gubbins.
Yeah. They are the Dolly and Dot of Shadowlands.
Please God,
don't let the
survive
ball
this, guys.
Oh, that should be the last of the big incoming damage. I don't think the boss has got another healing absorb, so we're looking
we're good.
going into the second downstairs phase. Everyone alive. Battle reses are available still, he says, looking desperately around for the battle res time. Yep, we still have one battle res available, another one coming up in 1 minute, and they're just going to be looking to slam the boss as much as possible.
Tanks no die here.
Yes, let's see. Of course, last pull we did have, unfortunately, now fall down to one of those boom orbs.
And here's going to be the next set of Moonkin cooldowns from Lorgok, deploying the Celestial Alignment, the Berserking, every single thing there, along with his Ravenous Frenzy. So presumably when this ramp is over in about 30 seconds, he will be free to press Heart of the Wild. But if he ever has to press Heart of the Wild while Ravenous Frenzy is still active, that would be my last day in this guild.
Please now. Okay, now survived.
That boss is like super low. 45?
Yeah, 45.6.
That's way low.
That is about 3.5% above their
This is
5.5%
kill
one.
performance here.
And you can see he's instantly, as soon as that ramp is over, hits Heart of the Wild and casts a Wild Growth. Is going to go over that X marker to be the locus of a Shining Force cast from one of the priests to knock the Portal Orbs onto the exact desired position here. And there's just so much raid-wide damage coming out here. This is the hardest it ever is in the entire encounter.
He just got told again, it's more hard. There
Yep.
it is. Get the ball
More
wild growth.
heals,
God,
more
they have
heals.
really done this to the second of when they need this burst healing, right?
Yeah.
This is what Potter's been doing all night. This is when he came to Scribe and went, it's doable.
They really just need to get the last of these debuffs done in a very, very clean way. This is
Deep Shade's
very-
down. but they
Casting
have
some
the
more
combat
heals.
res.
Look at that.
last set of
Redo.
shields as well. in
Wild
there.
growth.
Oh, these
What,
soaks
six,
just do
please?
so much.
They have to kill these Portal Orbs, though. They've only got a couple seconds left to get these Portal Orbs down before the players will expire, and they've done it. They've made all of them into the
Scar's
downstairs.
down, though.
We've got a yeah.
Oh, Mirrors!
we lost Mirrors,
died.
man.
We have a res, though,
down.
right? We have another one?
No.
No,
that
that's
was
it.
it.
They used it on Scaris.
Oh, no. We need that tank, though.
Let's see how far we
That's
can
Well,
get. anyway.
maybe we can do it with one tank from here. It's going to be really tough because now he's going to have to soak 3 boom orbs, and he can only be in one place at a time. And as
There's
a Death
no way they
Knight,
could do
he
the
can
next
barely even
upstairs
do
phase,
that.
right?
They might even sack someone for it just so they
Yeah,
can continue
maybe.
the ball. But nah,
No,
look, we're
Oh.
really rotting out here.
The pain is just so tremendous at this point. Zerwo's down.
God, the boss is low.
Wolf Disco's down
Boss
as well.
is
Yeah, the
so
boss is
low.
now 28% here.
They normally end the phase
Oh.
with us at 28%. And this is with so many people dead. This is insane. They totally got the damage for this.
Yep.
This is so unfortunate that they're not going to be able to get too much further. But hey-ho, let's keep trying until the boss kills us all because we didn't get the last orb down.
They're very close because
New-
they come out of that, they've got the orb phase, and that's it.
Yep,
Done.
new longest duration. Unfortunately, from what I've heard from the guys, the scariest part of this entire fight
Yeah,
is what we were just about to go into.
the next 30 seconds or
Yeah,
so
that-
we're
it's
going to be
about-
the
it's about
scariest bit.
45, I think.
But there's
yeah.
something about getting to the last scary bit of the fight where you know you don't have to hold on to anything anymore as well, right? Any remaining defensives that any player has, you can just press them right there because there's no more opportunities to do
Is there
so.
anything left at that point?
Yeah, that's the problem. There might not be any gas left in the tank. But if there is, you can use it there without
maybe
any
Salve's
fear.
coming back or something by that point because they're using it a little early, something
I
like those
imagine that they've got big CDs for that last phase, and that's why what is it
The third downstairs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
second
just
in
so
transition in.
it's so shaky because we are kind of running low on everything because we are making sure that we have the CDs that we need at the very end of the fight when the raid's taken the most amount of damage. Nice to have a new best pull in terms of duration
Well,
though, with
it's
a 4
confirmed.
heal.
At that health, this is
Yeah,
killable.
dead
Oh, yeah.
boss.
They just need to squeeze on through, and it's so rough. You just saw how hard it was. And this is with the Druids off healing. I would love to know exactly how much healing they did manage to do.
You've got the logs now.
I don't. I'll have a little scan
got a
through.
Discord. Okay, yeah, there you go.
Have a little go through.
Have a gander.
Have a little go.
Yeah, they're doing what? 3 wild. So they set a weak aura there for the wild growth cooldown. Essentially,
Right.
so they can
Yeah.
pop out wild growth, swift mend, throw rejuve maybe.
I
Back
think
in
it's
DPS,
even like
and then wild growth again. Now it's back.
I think that weak core is ultra 5-head as well, because I think it's like looking at the fight events and timer as well, based on like what happens at 5:45. Okay, we want that wild growth at 5:44, right? To be right in
it's
time
probably
as well.
triggering based on when a spell comes out or something like that.
Grim was telling me about some health potion weak core he had on Elanders that had 180 triggers of all the different conditions that would cause you to, okay, well, if these 3 things are true, but this isn't true, I don't need to health stone. But, if I'm actually sub 45, I'm in danger of dying, so I need to health stone here. So
That's good, because it's calculated based on your health and how much
right,
damage
exactly.
is incoming.
And,
Okay.
carry the 2 and repeating,
Yeah.
of course. So that is definitely going to be something
Just
that they'll be
been
looking for.
Informed by production there, though. Every single healing cooldown and raid CDs available for that last phase.
We got the Ashy H. Production, do we have the Ashy H for that last phase, too? The little red spaghetti?
So
Dropping some meatballs on the floor? Is that available there, too? If that's available, then I am all of a sudden much less worried about it.
I mean, the reason you're saying that is pretty clear, is if they went another 10, 15 seconds there without death, this was dead.
If Scarus is ready to spill some spaghetti on the floor, then they are in great shape in the last phase. Yeah, that makes things a whole lot easier than trying to fumble through without any healer cooldowns in the most damage-intensive part of the fight. Yeah, so they are just trying to get to the very end there. They're trying to do it with
Survive bang
personal
3.
cooldowns
Yeah, survive
and
those
Heart of the
3.
Wild and stuff, which I was a little bit skeptical of Heart of the Wild being a core part of this strategy because I was a little skeptical about the damage persisting with using so many globals on healing, but no, I was wrong. It's there. The damage is there, even with Heart of the Wild being used. They are absolutely on pace. So
Yeah, that was the signal. This boss is more than dead. If they make it.
we're 10 seconds more of away from this being a dead boss, because once they reach that Ashen Hallow with 20 players alive, boss is dead on that pull. Quote me, take it to the bank.
it's going to be
Cash
insane.
What you're forgetting is that we'll
Ship it.
forget to DPS an orb.
No shot. No shot.
The thing is that
The Ashen will DPS the orb. Maybe it'll DPS the orb too much, and then it'll despawn
Run
too
for
early.
it.
Yeah.
Run.
we don't have the orb downstairs to kill in that phase, though, which is nice.
No,
you just
but
got
they
to deal
still
with
need to get rid of the debuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
the debuffs, we still got a whole load of them, 3 waves of 4 that we need to be getting rid of, and with all the CDs available, the healing part of it shouldn't be problematic, but some of our best pulls have gotten down to not the healers making problems and having issues. Sometimes it's just been a struggle for the raid entirely just to manage those little quasar-y things that are going towards the boss. But yes, we're all very excited because
Any
we know
moment.
any single pull here can be the kill.
And
No joke.
I think this one might be approaching Jordan's predicted 10 after lunch, beating out my 2 and your 3
True.
quite heavily if this ends up being the case.
Those
That
are
would
bold
be
predictions if they hadn't even made it to
I
Big
was a
Bang
believer.
3 by
What
then.
can I say? I'm a believer. I don't know. There are a lot of doubters around me, but I, for one, have never sat on this couch and explained for an hour about how a boss was unkillable 4 hours before it was killed yesterday.
This is a disgusting strategy.
Yeah.
This is disgusting.
Oh.
Whoever at Blizzard is laughing maniacally while they do this is actually just insane.
I know that if I designed it, I'd be sat on a throne with popcorn, just laughing my way away. Just, it is an evil
You know who
fight.
made this? Whoever made Kel'Thuzad. And he's like,
Oh.
you did what? I'll show them. I'll show them all. It's like, Greg, are you okay?
You just get the first file and you're like, okay, yeah, that fight looks good. Double that number.
Oh,
What?
man.
Yep, double the boss health.
What would happen if I did?
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah,
Oh.
you mocked me.
Yeah.
Coming into my fight, breaking my timers.
Try and stop DPS on this
Easier
one.
than heroic, is it? Easier than heroic.
Using these trinkets to cheat death all my stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
we'll
right.
soon find out.
Trinket this. Bang.
I'm going to make like an Arnold Schwarzenegger last action hero movie of WoW devs.
Yeah.
Raiding cowards.
Just all their one-liners.
Just picture some Raider in the rain on the floor. Skip this.
Yeah. You've cheated your last death, partner.
You've logged your
Yeah.
last pull. It's over for you now.
Oh, man.
It'd be like the Matrix. I can feel it, like they're going in to like see the Merovingian or something. This is my 8th version of this raid. You always ruin it every single time. They're doing well. That was great. I hope they get some excitement from that. You can't tell with mirrors. Can we get a different camera?
Yes. This is the face of pure raw gamer adrenaline here.
The next most expressive person within the raid.
Echo Steer, Scribe, Deep Shades.
This is not helping production at all.
Hang on, no, I think their cameras are just frozen. Can somebody go and just bang on the camera?
Lagging in Hamburg.
Yeah.
Lagging. Anybody? Any laggers?
Zalia having an intense sip of his gamer beverage there.
I believe he's having Fritz Cola.
It could be.
I'm
Could well be.
It's the drink of gamers.
Yes.
Along with ELX.
Of course.
Of course.
Even equally as much the drink of gamers.
Fun.
Yes. Fragnance there.
Oh, Jimmy's smiling.
That's good.
Yeah, he knows it's
He's
on
got
the
the
cards.
slam going on. You see his point of view every now and then. It looks literally like a completely different game. Looks like 12 times as many mechanics are going on, especially the way he moves his screen about. But he gets the job done. He does the big deeps. He's a reliable player, been in the team for a long old time. Always pulling out some crazy, crazy plays. Sometimes unnecessarily, such as on Sylvanas, doing some crazy.
Got across the bridge.
Yeah.
The thing is
That's
that
impressive.
I heard from
you-
Scripe that it was just like, don't get me wrong, very impressive, but the other team were already there to kick it.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
If you ever find a demon hunter that can't ever be found like midway between two objects, flying somewhere that's not supposed to be flown
Ooh, a
to,
ledge.
they're not a demon hunter main. That's like a rogue main in
To be
disguise.
fair, when we log our DH rolls, what's the first thing you do? You just start hopping and flying
Yeah.
around.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you think you want to do
spamming
it.
the spacebar on that.
Even if you're on the ground, I'm like, wee.
Yeah.
So upstairs. Off I go. I did it on my Moonkid all the time, though. When Flappy was in, time to fly, baby.
I
Time to fly.
love the design of Demon Hunter. I think it was a really good class addition, don't you think?
I wish
Yeah.
I could enjoy it for like more than a few hours, because I play it for a bit and I'm like, it's great and it's spectacular, but it's just not enough happening.
I think you might just not be intellectual enough to understand
Is
the
that
rotation.
what it is?
Yes.
Am I too thick?
Is
with
your
an F?
is your brain not glowy enough for the for the complicated rotation on the Havoc Demon Hunter?
It has been known that my brain has been used as a bowling ball on some occasions.
I
It's
see.
very smooth.
Thick with an F.
I'm thick. Too thick.
Did you? Okay, here's a little bit of ammunition for you for when one of our fellow casters comes
I
on
don't
later.
need any more. I've got
Did
shampoo
you
and
know
that's
that
enough.
Tettles used a rotation helper for Havoc Demon Hunter
What?
back in Uldir when it was his alt?
What?
Yes, it was too much for him without the
There's
rotation
3
helper.
buttons.
It's literally
Well,
two
that
buttons.
was too many for his little
That's
chicken
3
brain.
in 1.
Yeah, true.
The only time I've ever seen a rotation helper be somewhat useful was for Ret Paladin, because they could do some really maximization with Holy Power generation. And that was the only time I ever saw it. I was like, that's reasonable. Because the way Holy Power cooldowns lined up originally was really weird. I didn't use one, just want to say. But when people did, I was like, I kind of get it. Because you've got 5 buttons that do different amounts. But Havoc?
Yeah, well, it's a true story. Ask him about it next time. He will not deny it. He's on
can't
record.
wait.
Yeah.
It will be brought up.
Yeah.
It will be brought up. That is guaranteed to
Yeah.
be brought back
One of the
up.
most common questions I got asked doing guides for people is like, can you put the rotation into a macro? Because people were desperate for just one button that did everything.
Yeah, wasn't there a point in which you could do stuff like that?
I did the Better Crusade. Hunters put their entire rotation on the mouse wheel. And they just sit there all raid, topping DPS.
Warlocks didn't even
Bowling
need a
numbers.
macro. You literally just put Shadow Bolt on your on your bard. You were
But
set.
to be fair, they had to watch the lag timer.
True.
It was X-Clam Shadow Bolt. You couldn't drag it from the spellbook dragons.
Okay, well.
That's not elite.
I sit mistaken.
And mathematically, Immolate was a DPS increase, but
Wow.
they never used it.
Why?
This was their discussion. It was like listening to a bunch of kids.
It's
like,
too
trying
hard.
it was like Arcane Mages and Kata trying to justify their lives, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, actually, we have to install Quartz for accurate MS timing per Shadow Bolt, and we have to use X-Clam Shadow Bolt so we can cut the cast early and fit more in. Technically, Immolate is a DPS increase. If it runs its full duration, it's about 1 DPS extra. If you do that, it's like, dudes, your class is terrible.
And you should
And
feel bad.
every warlock with any know-how is instantly re-rolling when the tier's over. And they all did. Like, all the season warlocks were like, and I'm done. I am out.
That sounds
completely.
awful.
It was terrible. They were just like,
Oh.
the boss dead. It's the boss. He didn't get to play with a pet, man.
That's so sad.
It's one of the saddest DPS rotations in history.
Yeah,
Arcane was worse, though. Arcane and Kata.
I'm kind of with you on Demon Hunter. They're really fun to play.
They're
When
super fun.
Momentum was the talent as well.
Dude, last year even, it was
Was
a
it good
great.
then?
Give
Yeah.
me a wall. Guy always went the wrong way, so I was like, where's the wall? So I could just
Bash
Yeah.
into a
just
wall,
bash
yeah.
into a wall and
Yeah.
stay on the ads every single time.
Oh, yeah.
But my most fun alt to play regularly is I try and get about 2-3 hours on the DH a week because it was just super fun. Dude, just doing a Mythic Plus
Yeah.
was
Oh,
awesome.
do you remember the I-Beam legendary from
Oh my
Legion
god.
as-
Should I go in here?
No, we have to find the key.
Wait, is that my DoorDash?
Pizza and beef jerky for Lucy.
Wait, if he's DoorDash, then who's?
Never leave the game when you order with DoorDash.
Really good.
It is very cool, yeah.
It's very. I
Yeah,
actually
of
kind of
course.
like the Fell Devastation.
I didn't realize we were joined by Tattles at the moment.
Oh yeah, there he is there. Life-size Tettles as well.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh!
Oh,
Oh, he's
it's okay. It's okay. Oh. It's okay. He's gone now, Mike. He doesn't. DPS is.
I'm not joking. Every night a Moonkin appears in my bedroom.
The man with the DPS helping add-on is gone. It's all gone.
yes.
Imagine a Moonkin calling DPS rotation hard.
So true, actually.
Sometimes blue, sometimes red.
Oh, we are looking like we're going into another pool.
Let's go before I have to
Hey!
beat Settles to death.
Yeah.
I don't need that in my life.
Rage has been, we've purged ourselves here on the couch now, and we are all
I do feel
ready.
quite relieved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seems good. Just get it
Yeah.
out. We are ready for another pool, heading into Rigel on pool number 100,000 probably, as we continue.
This is not even close to Holondrus. You
I
need to
know.
get it
Give or
together.
take, yeah, the third most pulled boss so far this raid tier, and we haven't seen the end boss.
And it's only
It's Rygolon.
160 pulls
Yeah.
deep.
I think we're on 195 or something like that. We're
Yeah,
doing
could
good.
be.
Doing good.
Imagine not knowing it was going to be 3 times longer than any other raid in Shadowlands.
Yeah.
And you still haven't seen the last boss. Well, this raid has been wacky. I know the guys are probably exhausted now. They're exhausted. Luckily, none of them have to leave, as far as I know.
And they've been doing a good job of getting a couple extra hours of sleep than they would if it was just a 7-day race as well.
Yeah, I think we started late today as an
Yeah.
example, giving people the
They were
opportunity
up to
to have
2
a nice-
a.m. in the corridors having a little team meeting.
Oh, yeah.
right.
During that Freak Logs outage, yeah. Last night.
What could they have been checking?
Yeah.
It would have sucked if they killed it, though. That would have been fun. But I don't think they went past phase 1. But
I'm sure they wouldn't have killed. If it was at 1%, they would have called stop damage ethically and waited until.
Absolutely not.
That's a big...
I'm sure they would have.
They would have just turned up today with their hat in their hands, but just started pulling the jailer.
The message this morning would have been, ladies and gentlemen, from the courthouses of Echo, get over it.
Yeah.
I would have been salty as all hell.
Oh, yeah, I would have been as well.
I would have had a great time interacting with Twitch chat for the next 24 hours. Yeah.
Same, bro. Same.
Well, the thing is, we've got Twitch
and
chat.
rightfully so, actually.
Yeah. Yep.
We have Twitch chat on the laptop. We can always just close the laptop.
That's true.
Just like we
true.
can cover up the raid frames on this fight.
Yep. If there's something you don't want to see, simply don't look at it.
Yeah. Increase your levels of ignorance. Life is way easier.
Yeah,
God bless
super
America.
Oh, my God.
easy. Wow. There we go.
That was not where I was going with that.
Oh. Coming out of this intermission here. Bots at 69.5, looking to be pretty decent. Seems to be where they normally are. Getting a lot of incoming healing absorb shenanigans that they have to make their way through, as well as the first set of quasars will be going down. Big old DPS as they're going to be cleansing these debuffs one by one, doing lots of damage to the raid, but they want to get this cleanse out before the healing absorb comes in, so very nicely done. Hopefully top up this healing absorb so we'll kill off these new quasars, have 2 new debuffs to remove, and then get a whole new round of those adds. It's a lot of min-maxing, but we now have the new soaking orbs to also cover. These do so much damage. Really nasty part of the fight, especially as we're going to be cleansing at the same time. Healers have so much to do, and they are definitely down a man in terms of that department. It seems to be going pretty well. Just one last set of 4 that they need to remove here.
And
as
another
the
healing
boss is just
absorb to
going
go on
down.
top of it.
Yeah,
Excellent.
well, how about
It's going to
just
spooky on
heal?
Logok. Oh, they managed to top him off just before it came in.
Last
Everybody.
cleanses.
Azalea, please. Your pod
Six
boy.
needing a big heal here as well before the next tick here, but they've managed to stabilize as they get to this massive bang, and they have all of the unstable matter damage done as well. Door of Shadows used by Lorgok to get in position here. Whew, and they are down into the second downstairs phase.
It's going good.
I hate
Going
this
good.
fight.
Yeah, this is so
Oh,
tense.
Perfecto, cheat
Perfecto
death.
cheats death there.
Was that from a swirly on the ground or something?
Could be, yeah. Those
Yeah,
swirlies
he
are
took down
quite
so
nasty.
quickly. I would think it was the swirly. He was just trying to maximize his uptime on the boss there, and was just tippy-toeing into a swirly boy. They can stay in there for a second or two before it engages and then get out without taking damage, but I think Perfecto just had his foot inside it.
Boss getting very low here, and we're not even out of the phase just yet. You see him being
Ryzen,
dragged over
please.
towards the
Watch the
small
tanks.
orb. But
Why
it
am I
looks
trying
like
to raid
we're-
lead them?
No, we're doing well here. Boss down 46%. Very, very impressive. This is the last spooky phase. The next phase, although we were told it is the most spooky, they do have every single healing cooldown known to man. So this is the one where things are getting scary. You're going to see the the druids
Shining Force as well there, yeah.
Very nice there. We're going to see the druids using Heart of the Wild and getting some output healing coming in here, spamming as much as they possibly can. They know they have the damage. They just need to get through this phase. Jimmy going very low, but he is a demon
Their
hunter.
job there is to top the raid before the healing absorb. That's what the druids are doing.
And they did it well.
And then the timer will come back in to say wild growth again.
Right, when
Because
it's
Heart
on
of Wild
cooldown.
lasts for ages.
It
right?
really does.
Here
Yeah, it's
comes
like
a new-
45 seconds.
Here comes a new round. Unfortunately,
healing
Turbo
absorbs.
going out of range
Yeah,
there.
there's
for
another wild growth
Logok.
coming out from Logok and the other druids. They're topping people.
They have this last set of portal orbs to get through now.
Oh, there's two of them are very high. A massive bang is imminent in 12 seconds.
This is looking good, though.
Yeah, Lorgok's going to need to find his way into this portal orb here. He has a couple seconds, though, to get in there, and they've done it. And that small orb is already down, and they've done all the damage they need to do to it.
Survive this last little bit. We'll
Yeah.
all go into this last downstairs phase. Everyone alive. Both battle reses available. Get to your zones. Do not play this risky.
can't watch.
We are going to make it just
31%
fine.
on the boss as we make our way into this last area here. The best they've ever come out of this phase at was 28%. They're already nearly there. They do have to still manage a bunch of raid damage during this boom orb phase, but you know what? Once they can escape this phase, they will have nearly every single healing cooldown back up for the final burn on the boss. 27% and falling.
Getting
watch this.
wrecked.
This is mad.
Getting wrecked. We still want him to be lower than this. This is still not enough. We still need to push. Boss going down 24.2%, leaving that phase. That is the lowest this boss has ever left that phase out of any guild that's gone to this point. We're going to see a lot of nightmarish interactions here. So few space to work with, but they will be doing everything in their power. The boss down to 20% already. Keep it clear, keep it chill. We're just going to make sure that we cleanse these debuffs. Every single healing cooldown is available for them. They're just going to continue to push. They've got around 8% that they need to do before they hit this massive bang timer in 35 seconds. This is going to be really, really tight. But if anyone's going to do it, if anyone is going to do it, it is going to be this team.
Six is going to ice block there to let him soak for a little while on those soak orbs there, removing some of that damage from the encounter.
Oh! God damn it!
No! Man!
Oh, tragedy!
Actual pain!
Oh, dude.
Did the boss snack it? Because they have so little room in that phase.
I think that someone didn't cleanse their debuff.
Yeah, I just wondered if the boss snacked the portal or someone ran over it or something ridiculous
that
like
pull
that.
was so good. It was perfect up until
dead.
that
That
point.
was long dead.
I don't know, like, it was...
They did 10% in that enrage from the
Yeah,
massive
there is
Minecraft
free.
before.
That was the deadest boss I'd ever seen in my life.
That was going to be tight.
It
That
was
going to be
not
tight.
close, not close to close.
Oh,
Extremely dead. Revez was already ramping as well. Look at that executes that he was starting to pump out on that boss. I mean, already in third on the meters.
Brutal, man.
Yeah, they
And
would
the
have.
healing was not a problem.
No, it was fine. They were
was
good.
Just the orbs.
And imagine that you've healed that for 6.5 minutes, and then one of the orbs explodes, and you're just like, I have to do it again.
You can see a bit of a smile on Scribe's face.
Yeah,
though.
they were. There were
They're
some
happy.
smiles on Scribe's face. Lorgok seemed to look. See, there wasn't a smile on his face on the wipe, but Scribe, I think, a little bit of a little sanguine about it for
But
sure.
it just means that they can do it. They know that they can.
Yeah, that is definitely the proof that all of the hard parts are solved.
They were literally 16 pulls away. 16 seconds away
Yeah.
from Massive Bang. They really were. Oh,
And Scribe having a good laugh as
See how
well.
they feel, guys.
yeah. Sure,
Yeah,
have a
let's
little
listen in.
Jag såg
But who
Master
knocked
22.
us?
That was me, dude.
Who knocked
It
us?
was Jimmy.
My mic
needed
is not
it.
working. Hello?
He needed to milk the
It is.
0.9% in the last thing, and I think
Yeah.
one extra DPS does that.
That was my knock-on server, actually. And
I could have.
Cooldowns.
I was stunned.
Okay.
I think I'm not sure if I had social ready or not, but
By the way,
yeah.
is it just me or like I feel like when we go down and I'm tanking the black things when we zone down, taking more damage today or something.
Yes,
They
they
might
are
see
hurting
death
more today,
procs
I
there as
swear.
well.
I don't know, they have definitely buffed them, I swear.
One less heal.
No, the black pools literally did nothing before. I was
Yeah,
bathing.
we
Now,
always
if I
stand
stay,
pools.
yes. If I stay a half second too long, I go to half HP.
And today
Well,
it's
are we
death
talking about
procs
the
every other
black
time.
pools or the...
Yeah, the black pools that grow
Or do you
when
mean
we
the
go
cloud?
What's the
instead,
boss
or-
timer, guys? The kill
in.
timer?
Literal black circles that grow when we go in.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was true.
exactly.
What's the
Don't
boss
actually give so
ending
much of
range,
a
guys? We need to know.
7:13.
7:13? Okay.
Yeah.
Wolf, it
I
was
had
me
mid.
that was right, yeah? You had mid.
Yeah. Can we just make it stay until I have soaked? I don't see any reason for it to disappear. Like 10 seconds before my soak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right now, like, yeah, just make a consensus and tell them, right? Like, whatever you want.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'm fine with it staying forever.
Wait,
I don't give a fuck. Bro, I
I need
bought
some
some...
health pots. Bob is so happy, holy fuck.
Bro, I had everything ready. I thought it
The
was
whole-
Same.
I looted the
I was
dagger
so
already
ready
in my
to
head,
bomb.
bro. I saw the
Dude,
dagger.
you have the dagger, you have the dagger.
I
Just-
precision
I
potted
take
we
the
die.
epic one.
It's the worst.
Let's
fix the
reminder
and
kill the boss. We soak
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
I want a
exactly.
quick reminder. I want a quick reminder if it's possible before the next pull.
Holy fuck, man. Oh.
It was like when the heartbeat goes like to asthma rate, yeah? Like you're about to die because you're like so pumped, man.
I was already smiling in P2, like the
Yeah.
intermission.
Yeah.
Yeah, for it. I was like,
It's fine,
"Why
just
you-"
do this again, dude.
If the midday break is like your halftime, then Coke with Coffee is the perfect speech from a coach who knows you better than you know yourself. Also, the speech tastes amazing. Coke with Coffee.
We're not afraid to be all that we are. No limit here to tell us just how far. Can't hold me back.
Reset and trust the macro.
No,
Okay,
no,
okay,
no,
yeah,
no,
he
you're
says
coming
it's
up.
not combat, it's
Wait.
not, he was faking it. Okay.
Chris, do we need the personals on the last one? I think we can use early ones early already, right? On the second, or do we need it?
I got it.
On what, last phase?
Yeah, on the Dark Eclipse 3.
Yeah.
We're Can we- personaling
1 and 3 in that phase.
Yeah.
Okay, because... Oh, really? Wait, 1 and 3? Let me check.
Yeah.
1... Yeah, wait. I guess
feel
some
like I
people
never
can do
have
1 and
personals
2, or what?
In that phase.
I mean, they can, but they should do 1 and 3, I think.
Yeah, because we have Devo on the 3 as well, is what I'm looking, yeah. I don't know. Wait, do we have anything else? No.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
will
don't
have
know.
Devo on 3, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
It's fine, it's fine. What's that?
It's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, it's all good. The plan is good.
Yeah, just do the spam tack heals, dude, and then we're good. Yeah, I mean, we're super face actually in the second one. We don't need more heals. It's fine.
I'm telling you, yeah, if we get out of that last intermission, like everything fine, we kill the boss. We have so much CDs in last phase. Just base.
I can't believe this fight is so good tuned.
I love how
How
I love how
did they make this happen?
Bro, we have the best try ever, and then Radar all writes like, they can't make the healing check. Bro, we just didn't know.
What? Yeah, not possible to heal it with someone doing that.
Sorry, dude.
If we pop the Devo there, I don't know.
Dude, that feeling when you know you have the deeps and then the 30-second countdown starts, yeah, and you just have to bump there.
Yeah, the fight was over in 15 seconds of
Bro,
mechanics.
you didn't even have to pump, yeah? Like, it's fine.
Where's
Robin?
Robin?
How ready
Fucking
are we
go,
on a
boys.
scale of 1 to 10?
I don't know.
1 to 20, I guess.
I'm at 21, man.
Jimmy, hard trolling.
Oh, leave him alone.
Oh, that feels bad.
They have no space in melee during that. It's gonna happen at one point. That was unfortunate.
I swear to God, this is giving me more grey hairs than I've already got this fight. It's absolutely painful to watch them. As Dratnos, the unprofessional, once again refuses to unmute his microphone in favour of North American superiority. What's that about?
Well, you know, sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you.
Fact.
That's another wise.
Another one of the sayings. I put it in the book.
Are these coming out of chocolate wrappers or toilet rolls?
I was thinking about a boat earlier, and I was like, yes.
That was an appropriate
I'm sure it was,
it
but
made a lot of sense.
It went beyond me. That's all. It went beyond me. Jumping into pool 195/6.
The story is clear, guys.
It's time.
It's within range. They've just proven it to themselves. They're all smiles, as you just saw. They're not salty about that wipe. They're laughing. Because now it's confirmed. We could beat the healing check. The 4 heal works.
You could hear. We don't even need to pump, right? Like that. The damage there was good. It wasn't even a case of like we need another 2%.
No, they have 15 seconds till the cast, and then they have 40 seconds of cast. They had 55 seconds to do 16% with nothing else happening in the fight.
Yep.
That's everybody pumping. They had plenty of time. So it works. The strategy is now confirmed. Any doubters in shambles, the 4 heal works, including myself. So I was like, really?
Yeah, no, Roger said we might do 4 heal, and I was like,
Yeah.
Of course you will.
And monkeys might fly out my butt. That could also happen.
Yeah, but they've
Wrong again. Never doubt them. Never doubt. I've said it so many times when people come to me private, like, do you think they can kill us? Like, I'd never, ever doubt these dudes. They'll find something somewhere. They'll make it happen if they have to, and they are on a roll. So hopefully that's given the confidence for this is going to be so clean now, it's going to be dirty. You ready?
Oh, well, the kill pool doesn't need to be perfectly clean, but I think as soon as it starts getting too messy, like we can have a random person die as an example, and we can probably still get through it. But if it starts to get too messy and everyone's health bars are getting super, super low and it's all over the place, then you just don't have really the catch-up tools that you would otherwise have when running that 5th healer, and maybe having that slightly flexible CD just to kind of, push that button when everything's going wrong, which we certainly would need to do.
They have engaged happy kill extra DPS mode.
They hit the gas here on this one,
This is what you need. They're
68%.
They're a percent ahead.
Jesus.
Easy. And they did not need to find a percent. They needed to find 0.7 off of their last pull, and they've already done that at the start of this one.
This is what happens when you get that. There's something about being in a good mood, and you know where you're at, and now they've proven to themselves this works. You can immediately see the effect, knocking another 0.5% off the boss after phase 1, which has been one of the most tightly tuned phases you guys have had. Hopefully they have enough time to bring this down. Yes, they do. They just...
it's at 18%, and there's one more set of people going down there, so... Star Surge or 2 sent onto that thing will be all it needs. Looks like Fragments is downstairs to hit it with a couple of Chaos Strikes. They do need to cast a couple more abilities into it, but the last set of people going down now, they'll be okay.
Very, very scary. Got a few more things to clear here. The last set of Eclipses is going to be taken out one by one. We do want to stagger the rate in which that is done, although we do have the Healing Absorb coming in here at the same time. Very nasty overlap that needs to be dealt with. You'll see how low people go down here. That was the last of the AoE damage.
And now they can relax a little bit.
Yes, time to go into the second
relax,
phase.
they have 7 seconds of relaxation.
Enjoy it. In which they need to be at a very specific point, or they instantly die.
Deep Shade's entering his 2-centimeter wide circle island resort there for a couple of seconds of relaxation before getting sent back down into the hellish intermission phase. Needs to place a new gateway to help bring the melee on over to this next
cool. He can actually stand in there, even though he had the grenade on him, because nobody else comes there for a few seconds. So no need to move.
This boss is melting, man.
Don't, Al.
I know it's not the boss health. I know it's not the boss health anymore. I know it's not the boss health anymore.
The boss health doesn't matter now.
This upcoming phase is going to be the hardest part. We all know that it is the hardest part because you just have so much healing from the druids to do. 44.4. The way I've been judging it is when the screen is no longer grey, which is a really scientific way to do it.
I do
that. No, I went outside and I showed Justmate my numbers, and he was just like, "Oh, you did that at the end of the cast, right?" And I just looked at him, and I was just like,
"Yep,
that's sure."
Nope.
You bet.
But you'll see here with this upcoming Healing Absorb, you're going to see a lot of Heart of the Wild healing. It's going to be popped any second now. There goes the Control E, the most easily accessible of keybinds, as we're going to be jumping in and doing a ton of off healing to really help the healers here during this very high incoming damage point. A lot of shields to deal with as well as the debuffs that need to be soaked by the players. So much going on here.
Barkin.
So low. No debuffs to cleanse just yet, but a new set will be coming out. We just need to make it so we can survive this last little bit, and then we're all good to go down into the next phase.
Yeah, this will be the final downstairs phase that the guys are going to deal with, as long as they deal with these orbs. They're dead. Their guys are going in. They did lose Canex, but that's okay.
Ooh, Velo. We're fine. He has a...
Hopefully they haven't fallen behind. They are going to be at the top of the raid before they go downstairs. Deep Shade's a little low, but that's their combat res is used. No more mistakes. But this gets rough down here. Really, really rough. So
yeah,
fingers crossed.
Personals are going to be the way that they try and survive this phase. Once they can get out of this phase, they're going to have Ashen, they're going to have those Holy Priest cooldowns. All that kind of stuff is available again, but they need to find a way to get through this phase without anybody dying.
It's so brutal. But don't look at the boss health. It doesn't matter. They have the damage. It's just, can they live? And they have no more backups.
I can't help but look at the boss health, Mike.
Now!
Last boom orb to soak here. Last couple of grenades going out as well. Hopefully the tank is going to be A-okay. Everything seems to be going pretty well.
And
Boss just at a casually 23.1% as we exit this phase. That's fine.
It's so claustrophobic at this point. They have none of that outside
this is where they
space
went last
anymore.
Time. They have all their healing cooldowns. This is purely going to come down to orb management. And they just need to manage it. They don't need to DPS the matter anymore. That's dealt with. So they just need to kill these Quasars appropriately. The healers should be able to take care of the raid here, and they have to. What the time you're watching for is the next big bang. That is when the boss will literally stop doing mechanics, and they will be on their merry way. So they still have the healing absorbs, they still have the orbs to deal with, and the Quasars, but...
Oh, that Soak Orb right under the boss is a very awkward place for that one to spawn.
Just got to survive this onslaught for another 30 seconds or so before the boss just turns off. People going very low here, but it looks like we still might be able to squeak on through. Boss getting lower and lower.
Last set of Quasars here. They need to kill these before they reach the boss. The boss now at 13%
10 seconds
here.
This fight is GG in 9 seconds time, guys.
Okay, the boss is no longer going to do anything. Just get that last soak. We are now in the clear. We just got to nuke as hard as we possibly can. Unfortunately, we have got one dead, but during this last massive bang, everything we have got, they are going to be slamming everything they've got. They want to deconstruct Rygolon in these last little things as they get percent and percent, getting closer and closer to an EU first again, getting closer to seeing the Jailer. Oh, for the first time. Go, Echo, you can do it. Just keep on the slam. 3% left as we're going to keep on slamming and pushing and pushing. They said it wasn't possible before. They're going to keep on going here. Oh, my God. Come on. No! Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
0.5%.
Oh, my God. How?
I'm sure I even saw the boss death animation.
It plays after that cast is the biggest troll.
Yeah. I'm going to bed.
Oh my God! That's the most unbelievable thing I have ever seen in the years of casting the race
One
to
touch
world
of
first.
death.
Albion Online is a sandbox MMORPG in which you write your own story instead of following a laid-out path. Explore a vast open world. Venture deep inside dungeons and discover wealth and danger in equal measure. Join a guild, play together, take part in massive player versus player battles, and claim your piece of the world. This is Albion Online.
Exhilaration, when the cheesiest guilty pleasure breakfast sandwich starts your day on just the right note. On time, lowest price, or we'll make it right. Grubhub.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing, we've got your taxes. Intuit. TurboTax Live.
Echo are not interested in letting Rygolon get the best of them on this
Get
one.
out of the way, boss. Our bags are packed. We're coming for the Jailer. We're on our way, dude. Oh, God. More. We need more.
I think It's so close. The thing is, it was messy. They
Yep.
can clean it up a lot.
Yep,
We
there's
had,
definitely a lot they can do better. 2 more globals, and that thing is in Mirez's touch of death range, I swear.
We had Velo dead at one point. We had Canex as well, unfortunately, fall over at one
Soul
point.
was not alive for the
and
entire
then Soul
burn.
died during the burn. You know, Shadows can do quite a nice amount of damage, so
They can.
it's rather unfortunate, man. That was so close.
They should have used Cursed Tongues.
They should have, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, wow.
Imagine
That's
that.
like 10 globals.
That's all they needed to do.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I cannot believe what we just witnessed. That is insane, but the guys are straight back in. Their confidence levels are through the roof. If they can maintain this consistency, they have gone from, what was it? So close to 0.5%. 0.5? It's... I mean, to the point where we're all like, did it die? I couldn't even tell. I'm like, is it dead?
They're smashing it, dude. They just need to do it again. Just go again. That's the difference between some crits. That's the difference between, you know, just them getting a little bit used to it. But that was a very good pull. Like, in terms of the percentages coming out, they were really good. But just losing those players in the last phase, maybe a little bit too much safe play.
I think that was probably it. I think in phase 3, they probably felt like we did, and rightfully so. It's like, the damage is done, don't die.
Yeah,
right.
But it turns out it's still a little bit of damage needs to be greated.
Yeah. You're really looking at making sure the boss is sub 10 before the bank starts.
Right.
Because they managed to do 9.5% of the boss's health when they were 5 healing. So I'm thinking they might be able to get 9.8 to maybe 10% when they're 4 healing. So there is room for them, but if the boss is over 10%, we're in a bit of a spooky situation. And they, unfortunately, I do believe went into it with around like maybe even just 11% on the boss, and you saw that it was just not enough. But coming out of this phase, we're looking like we're in a pretty good spot.
They're doing well. Yeah, they're riding a big high right now. If hopefully they can keep this adrenaline up, because if it starts to fade, they could slow down again, which would be a real pain if they end up in like an hour of early wipes and things like that. Hopefully they can keep this going. Well, I'm sure the healers are even confident as well now, given that they've gotten used to it. The muscle memory's kicked in. They know when these brutal phases are coming. They've adjusted their cooldowns, and that's twice now they've proved it. As you said, it wasn't clean. Their original, what percent did we wipe on last time?
5.5 was the next lowest.
Oh, the last time they got
like
near
10.
the Big Bang.
Yeah,
the last time they got near the Big Bang, but then they proved the healing was there. It was super clean.
Yeah.
Right, it was a bomb that went off, but they had 2 combat reses in hand at that point. So they've done it cleaner before. So fingers crossed is Echo can ride this high and continue to blast, and the RNG gods of DPS are with them. Turbo's dead. And Canex, that's going to be
okay. Okay, not this one.
Very easy.
Take a breath, boys. Take a breath.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's good that we're getting this far into the fight, though. You know, getting consistently into that next phase is really going to help them out and keep it chill.
And again, the damage, ever since that one pull where it almost died, the damage in the first phase has been getting even better every single pull as well. So they definitely know, like, hey, now we're ready to kill the boss. I want to look good on the meters.
Yeah, that's what they're holding back till now.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't break out the big DPS till I know it's dead.
Don't want to cramp my fingers before the kill pull, of course.
It's like bringing out Narco. You only bring Narco
well,
out
that's
at
the
very
thing.
specific
All of the
points.
damage dealers here, they've got to be sweating because they know at some point soon, if they don't kill the boss, Narco's phone is going to ring, and one of them will be getting swapped out.
That's probably
pressure
what they're
is
telling
on.
Morgok now. You've had your chance.
Yeah.
You've had your chance. Out.
Narco Boomy coming in.
GG desperate to get back into that raid.
Giga Chad.
Well, I spoke to this one. I was like, you glad to be out of this one? They're like, absolutely not. You
Yeah.
give me a DPS check and you're saying I can't take part, bro. DPS checks on my jam. Like, let me in. Let me in. I'll find damage wherever it is. I'll find it. But their class is now just not living up to what's needed on this utterly ludicrous boss. 4 healing, 3 druids to provide 1 support phase, and other than that, these Giga Chad healers are just doing ridiculous things. Like
it's like, well, to be like frank, unbelievable how they've managed to get it all together. You know, like I just did
the
not
only
expect
guild in
them.
the world, I think, at this point that can even match this is Liquid, and then there's a gap.
Oh,
honestly. Like, it's just ridiculous what these players are showing that can be done with this game.
From the expansion that brought us Sludge Fist, that brought us Painsmith and Sylvanas as well, let's just give some credit here as well for the tuning on this encounter is unbelievably tight here, but it is so
I don't even
clearly
think it's an
doable
accident.
here. Yeah.
I mean, we heard earlier that perhaps Blizzard has hotfixed some stuff, And it's not the things you would like, it's actually the black pools. You guys are standing in that? No.
Not supposed to do that.
No. No confirmation on that they have changed it. But we saw yesterday, and that's what I pointed out when you brought it up, is that the other guys were stood in that black stuff for quite a while. It didn't seem to activate for a while.
Yeah.
But Perfecto pointing out there is, if they change this, and then the other players confirming, yeah, like I touched it before and it did loads of damage. So it looks like they may have changed that and increased the difficulty.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know, sometimes a boss can be a bit too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want Rygolon to be a pushover.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God, we're getting ever so close to the jailer. We are 0.5% away from the second of Echo's world first during this race to world first. And, God, they pulled everything out of the bag to even try and make it happen.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
There's nothing more to be done. They just need to keep on pulling. They just need to get that last little 0.5%. Just that little bit more cleanliness. Maybe that little bit more greed that needs to be put out in certain places.
Yeah, I think they probably did play a little safe in the last phase, because the last time they wiped there, it was like, that was the kill, right, guys? And we scuffed it at the last second.
Let's just play safe and you know, get rewarded, right? But it's like, oh, we can't play that safe.
Yeah,
it is
not
still the
that
tightest
safe.
DPS check we've ever seen.
It is. That's doable.
Yeah.
Right, that's the crazy thing. This is the absolute tightest DPS check we've ever seen in this game that was doable. And with it didn't need Blizzard intervention to come in and do something about it. Like, this is utterly absurd. Any other race to world first that didn't have this level of mystery, weirdness, surprises every step of the way from boss 6 onwards, I would have said this boss is not dying. But we've been wrong every time.
Yeah.
Halondrus died, right? Lords of Dread, Unkillable, died. Rygolon.
Oh.
It's next on the list.
Whoa, look at Rygolon's HP here as well. 68.2.
Don't.
That is a...
Well, where am I supposed to... I can't look at the raid frames. I can't look at the boss health. Where am I looking?
Just look at Lorgok.
That is a new best. That's a
shut
0.3.
up, man.
That's a 0.3.
I don't care.
It's important. It's important.
I want to see 10%. The next time I'm checking this boss HP, it's 10% going into the last.
Okay, all right, yeah. I'll just look at Lorgok. I've got a nice little corner of the screen. Got Lorgok in there. He's looking focused, looking chiseled. Gamer mindset there. Deploying all of those Moonkin abilities. Yeah. Oh, looked up a little bit at some part of his screen.
Oh, he's going. He's going.
Yeah.
Just play it cool, lads. You know it can be done. Seen it. Oof. every time they study something slightly wrong, my heart jumps out of my mouth, honestly.
It is so tense, this entire encounter, because we think of the hard parts of this fight, but every single part of this fight can represent an entire wipe if they are not careful. I mean, even just going down correctly applies so much damage to the entire raid when you go down with that dark
eclipse.
And they
have to go. There's no choice. This relentless onslaught that this fight is, and it is utterly relentless every step of the way. Does require them to push it. You see, they can just see now just slide in like a baseball player going into last play. It's like, whoa, I'm in. Okay, the combat res is in hand. No deaths yet. This is where it gets a little tough, but they have managed this nearly for every time without deaths. It's upstairs where they have random deaths.
Yeah, this downstairs phase is relatively safe. Downstairs 2. It's the upstairs 3 and downstairs 3 are the spookiest points. You'll be seeing the druids pop in there, Heart of the Wild, to be helping out as much as they can in this upcoming phase.
Yep.
Not to say anything.
We'll not mention anything about how uniquely low the boss's health is at this time. Not looking at that portion of the screen. The rest, everything else is looking good.
No meme. It's actually around the same. So they have actually lost that 0.3 that they had before, but it's all like tiny. As long as they do it clean, it's legitimately fine.
They need all 20 players in the last phase. They need to maintain this and need all 20 players to be on their feet.
Here comes the Heart of the Wild. Real
Perfecto, please.
Oh, he still has cheat death.
No
you know what?
Death procced. We're good.
Let's use that cooldown at some point during this fight. We want the damn.
There it is. Here comes the Heart of the Wild call. Pop it. There we go. Get some big old healing in. Making sure that everyone is kept safe and happy during this immense amount of incoming damage where they would rather have that 5th healer's CDs, but we don't have that available because we need damage. A lot of incoming damage there, though. They seem to be able to stabilize ever so slightly, but it's just so relentless, this incoming damage, just over and over again. But we're going to get the final wave coming in here. If they can survive this final wave with the healing absorb on top of it, then we should be okay. Here's that last Stellar Shroud.
Turbo's down.
Turbo. Oh,
He
yeah,
is res, though.
dude.
That's
and
okay.
We've lost
We haven't lost anybody else.
We've got an angel.
We've got
we've got an angel. Okay, all right. That's not
great.
great.
He can come up before they get inside, which is what they need.
Okay.
Like, they can't do the inside without him.
Oh, the life grip. Oh, my goodness gracious. Did you see that life grip? That is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's Ken in a nutshell. I'm telling you, man. That's what he does.
That is a gamer maneuver right there.
Please survive. This is brutal.
Yeah, they really need to try and recover here. That is very spooky. This incoming damage is
They're relatively free and clear.
Looks like they've got things under control, he says tentatively.
Yes, because these health bars just dip and dip. Now super low. He has to do the soak here. Watching this boss health now. We have
another angel, but that's okay. We're going to have healing cooldowns here. We might be able to do this without a healer. If there's anybody we could do this without, it would be a healer. Lorgok deciding to cast some heals now. They are going to try and keep this damage going. They can't let up just yet, but they do have an angel for another couple seconds. Now they are going to have to just do this with 3 healers. It's supposed to be done with 5. They've been trying to do it with 4, but from here they're going to try and do it with 3.
The damage is now looking like a problem, unfortunately.
Oh, no!
We're starting to rot.
Yeah.
We are starting to rot.
And that off healing that they had to all start putting out definitely put them behind on damage as well. As they were looking to, they had about 30 seconds there to maybe do
still do this?
6 to 7.
Is there a
There's
chance?
no way.
Is there a universe in which they can do this with 18 people alive? There's so much damage coming at everybody, but the lay on hands landing there. Oh!
Yeah, there we go. It was only a matter of time.
Certainly losing the cooldowns, because that 6-minute mark is where all those DPS cooldowns come back. Woo. Everything comes back for every player when they're actually ready to blast. Not to panic, though. Back again. They're getting consistent, which is crazy.
They need to be consistently into that last phase because they can't see it as, like, you know, panic and, like, they should go into that last phase like, you know, just a fine evening.
Another classic phase 3 pull.
Yeah, exactly. Once they can get used to it and they can stop making little whoopses here and there.
Jack, this is incredible. How do you... I started with my famous toasted sourdough, 2 melty cheeses and grilled onions, all on 100% beef.
Jack, we were talking about the room.
Yeah,
just the room. Yeah.
My sourdough patty melt combo, starting at $5.49. Order on the Jack app today.
The best part about doing things yourself? It's free. Like doing your own taxes with H&R Block free online, where more people can file free than with TurboTax. Help is here.
I called back. Same State Farm agent. Texted the next day. Same guy.
Hey, blink twice if you're in danger.
Guys, it's called service. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This stream has no idea how good it is. Sometimes I need to give it a pep talk. Stream, you're not just any stream. You're the Disney bundle. You got Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and Nat Geo on Disney Plus. You've got thousands of live sporting events on ESPN Plus. And look at all your award-winning Hulu originals. You think every stream gets those awards? No way, Jose. You're the best stream. I'm the best streamer. Real recognize real. Disney bundle, streaming at its best.
Wire. It was so unbelievably close. Man. They must be so hungry for this. They are so close.
Oh, of course, because this is, I mean, they are also contending with the fact that we assume Liquid is going to kill it today as well.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
It is never safe to bet against Liquid.
No, and they're going to have a day of progression left on the Jailer, and then they're going to get the double Legos.
Right.
So before Echo can get in there. So Echo's got to believe that their best chances of this race to World First is to kill the Jailer before the reset.
That is so tough to do with only a day and a half of progression on it.
Xavier's 2.0?
It could be.
That'd be hilarious.
Could
don't know.
Like, considering how well and tightly tuned this entire instance is, you get to the last boss one shot.
Oh, that would be crazy.
That would be so sad.
I think there's a good chance that this goes, 4 days into the 3rd reset, in which case they're absolutely live with a chance as well in that case, too.
You really think that bad?
I could
The
be.
only thing I don't want to see in the Jailer, I was talking to Alex about this earlier, I don't want another ridiculous DPS check. We've done 4 now.
It feels like 4 in a row.
Yeah,
I don't know how you
four
make
of them now.
I don't know how you make a fight that's hard for Echo though. That doesn't also include at least a pretty hard DPS.
Pretty
check.
hard is fine.
Not just
what
all about the
I don't want
DPS
is like
check.
it has to be a ridiculous class stack or it's undoable. I don't
see.
want what Lords of Dread is to
Right.
so many guilds right now who are there, and they're just like, we just can't put the comp together for this. Right? It's just not feasible for us to even make a team of players capable of DPSing this thing.
Yeah.
And that's just not fun. And we've done 4 of them now, and have now reached the point where in my opinion, we're at the most extreme level of raiding I have ever seen in my life. What's happening with Rygalon now with Echo and Peace and Liquid is insanity. And we haven't seen... I mean, we thought Jaina was insane.
Yeah.
Compared to this, Jaina is a crock.
If you could take the current Echo and Liquid rosters and put them in a time machine and wipe their memories of those fights, but keep their skill level at what they're at right now, Jaina's dead on day 3 of that reset.
Jaina is
Kahuna's dead on day 2 of that reset. Those
For sure.
Those are the deadest rate. Well, Kahuna's dead whenever they nerf Fetid Devourer the first time.
Well, again, even that,
Yeah.
Fetid might... if these guilds even had the chance to face those encounters again now, after everything they've been through, the experience gained, and what they've learned, and how they've gone, okay, we need to push it even further. Because every raid race, it's just upped the ante every time. And this has proven to be a gauntlet, a marathon gauntlet, that none of them expected. And how these two guilds have adapted to the completely changing meta of the Race to World First, which is difficult, because you come in with expectations. And every single one of the expectations we have for the Race to World First has been annihilated since day one. Like, it changed on day one. They were like, okay, now we're starting the raid race. Let's go. 2 days of splits. Before we even see the first boss, we're going to be doing 2 days of pure raiding and splits. That never usually happens till the end of the race, until we see the last boss. In a classic Race to World First, we wouldn't have done any splits yet.
No.
Right? Because we haven't seen the jailer. They wouldn't do any splits yet. But we did that day 1. And then we ended up with boss 6, 300 plus pulls, 350, 400 odd for some others.
Yeah, for our crap.
A boss 6 generated a display worthy of his name.
It's true. Still the hardest boss in the instance,
Yeah, he stands alongside Orgazoa. Like, you know what I mean? That's like that's the company he keeps. He stands near Orgazoa. Then we've had...
What do you think that butcher's knife is for? That's some sashimi right there.
That's a crab cooking up some squid. That's what that is. It's a crab cooking up some squid.
Yeah, it's been absolutely bonkers. The amount of strange stuff. I normally feel like I've got a generally good vibe. I'm sure you two do as well. When it comes to these races, how they'll play out and roughly where you expect to see the problems and things like that. But literally every day I wake up and it's completely unbelievable the things that have changed.
It's more just how extreme everything has gotten day by day.
Yeah.
So we start with Halondrus and we're like, what the hell is this fight? Like, I think it was me, it might even be us 3. Yeah, I think it was. We were the first casting team for Halondrus.
Thank you for remembering.
Yeah, and we were just like, what is this? Like, what is going on? And then you're like, okay, this is pretty crazy. Boss 6 gets crazier. Then goes to like 350 pulls. We're on boss 6 for several days. Essentially, we're like, this is madness. We've never seen anything like this. Then we break through that to Anduin, and it's like, okay, it just gets even worse, seemingly. And then that boss is like broken.
Yeah, if they hadn't done that, weird nerf, like that might have been a 500 pull boss.
Exactly.
There's no way to know.
It's like, well, it can't get worse from here, though. And we're sat on this couch, and we have been for over a week or 10 days or something, saying, yeah, but we're pretty sure Lords of Dread's really easy.
Yeah.
Right? That's just going to fall over, right? The guys are telling us that. It's like, yeah, we checked the Dungeon Journal, like, it's no big deal. And we get in there, and it's like, holy Jesus. What? And it's like, okay, let's bench the mages. And they're like,
well, they did all this math. They do all this math about the 9-minute enrage, and they're like, well, this doesn't work out.
Nope.
Turns out on that fight, you could make that 9-minute enrage a little bit more of a guideline than an enrage. But the Rygalon enrage, no business doing that at all.
Okay, they beat this ludicrous DPS by dropping the mages for the first time in raiding history. The mages get dropped. Then we bring in survival hunters. Okay. And then we're bringing in 4 warriors. We're drafting in Narcoles from the middle of nowhere. He walks in like some Judge Dredd from the desert.
Yeah.
Right? Walks in and just enters the raid, overcomes that one. And we're like, finally, now we'll get a more technical fight, right, guys? In Rygalon. And we get there and it's like, okay, it just goes higher and higher and higher. Now we need to not only class stack, but now we're going to 4-heal this as well.
The thing is, the Rygalon is a technical fight. There's a lot going on. There's so much management that needs to be done all the way through it. You even get the little respites when you're in the downstairs phase. Really, there's not a whole lot of strategy going on there. It's not automatic at this point.
It reminds me of Sludge Fist. This is the fight that it most reminds me of, right? Shortish timer. You know, you go around the room, and then at the end, there's nothing left, and it just explodes you. And all along the way, there's just these one-shots that will kill you if you're not careful about it.
But that big brain play was to bop someone at the end, right?
Yeah.
you know what I
Sludge Fist, even Sludge Fist, you could live for a couple seconds after he smashed into the wall. Rygalon, nope. When that massive bang cast finishes, it does not matter if you have it at 2 health or 200,000. You lose at that time.
Yeah, there's a fun fact on that. Even if you were somehow to survive, they prevent you from able to do damage to the boss. They nullify your character.
Wow.
Oh.
That was, yeah. That's,
oh,
this is for Dranos. You
okay,
call it.
yeah, you go ahead, dude.
We have the clip of the Zalia grip. This thing is unbelievable. Let's put it up on the screen. Look at this. Okay, so we're watching here for Deep Chains. Deep Chains over on the far left here, getting gripped towards the middle. Normally he has a demonic circle set up over on one of the far circles, but you can see he's not in position yet. Zalia notices that, grips him into the circle, gets back into his own circle.
And he never flinches.
And his entire face there, you can see
that's just
one pixel on the corner of his mouth moves up there, and a tiniest smile of like, yeah, that's pretty good, I guess.
That's just a standard Tuesday,
Yeah.
you know, a standard Monday
Yeah.
even.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Do that every day.
Woo!
No
He
biggie.
does. I don't think there's ever been a raid where we haven't seen a Zalia grip.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
Sylvanas one.
Yeah,
That
like,
was-
but never flinches. Never. It's just another day at the
Yeah.
office. That's all it is to Zalia.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because I can't talk about them enough. The healing team has just been extraordinary. And I would love to have watched Liquids as well, because I'm sure both of them are carrying the weight of the guild on their shoulders and have been for the last week. Literally the last week.
It's kind of interesting because, you know, we've got a little bit of a different almost style of healing just because of the amount of incoming damage definitely kind of promoting these output healers. Beforehand, it honestly felt like as long as you put the ramps in the right place and the CDs in the right place, they can almost sometimes automatically get through a fight, if that kind of makes sense. They can kind of just, you know, just rely on their experience, their vast experience to get through any sort of encounter that you throw at them. But just being able to see them jump onto, we're just going to run 2 Holy Priests and a Mistweaver Monk. And, you know, beforehand we've seen triple Holy Priests. We've just thrown whatever we want out there. We've had just all these different classes come in, and yet they've just taken it in their stride and are really pushing forward. Just goes to show how top-notch these players are.
Yeah, we could give Ryzen that label as well. I would like to also give it to Scaris and Velo, but they're not here in Hamburg with us, unfortunately. But they've all deserved a well-deserved break after this.
Oh, yes.
Any splits? No, thank you. We've got to start paying off this debt. Good for you.
I don't.
You're paying my salary again next year? Good. Glad to hear it. Let me know when it's ready.
Yeah, there will be a reasonable break, I think, after this.
Yeah.
To go and relax. Get some time.
I love how even when they're not pulling, Zalia is mousing over raid frames as well. He's practicing just flick moving his cursor on top of various people's unit
like a
frames.
CSGO sniper.
Yeah. That's what he's doing that entire time there. He's just, what if I have to heal Moomkin? Yeah, that's a pretty realistic scenario. Let me practice that.
I can't tell you how proud these guys have handled this race.
Yeah.
Like certainly when they actually took the world first, or the first of that world first for them, he was just, you could see it on his face. He was like, "That's my boys.
Yeah,
that's my boys." And it was all worth it. I think that was what they all needed. Is all these splits. Like I said, some of these players have done 70 to 90 splits each.
Ooh.
Over the course of this week, and we'll get final numbers at the end of the race, I'm sure. But all of them is like, and that's why it was worth it. Like it paid off, you know. And because they've changed the comp. Every boss we see is obviously a brand new set of players.
Yeah.
Bar few on different classes, right? Tobo, like you said, has played 3 different classes in this raid race. Which is nuts. You've never seen stuff like that before. Like, on rare occasions, you might see one skill, but it's not even just Tobo. Wolf Disco, Warrior, and Warlock, you know? Velo has been a Priest, a Shaman at one point, and he's been a Mistweaver. Swag, Warrior, and Rogue throughout this race. It's just been nuts.
Yeah, it just goes to show the high caliber of players that we have, but we are jumping into what could very well be the last pool of Rygalon right now. Well, yeah, probably. I do have a knack of caster cursing, I suppose. But we're going to push on through. They just need to repeat what they did before. They know what they're doing now. Everything is under control. Just rinse and repeat. Keep it clean. Be a bit greedy when you need to be a bit greedy, and otherwise just push on through.
Yeah, if you're going to die, do something to heal yourself, but otherwise do damage. That's the main thing they should.
And they
be
do
thinking
now.
about.
We know they do need to sneak out that bit more greed, which is just like we were
It's
looking at
crazy,
percentages
yeah.
and we were like, they're so free now. They're home and free. Oh no, no, they're not. Although we must remember they did have a player dead.
Yes.
For that entire portion of the fight, they did have a player dead. But even then, one player over a minute, 0.5% of boss damage.
Yeah, maybe Shadow or
Maybe
Death.
Shadow, yeah.
It could just be, once again, the playing safe thing that we spoke about in that last phase where they just kind of chilled out and just didn't really do everything maybe that they could have done.
Yeah, just not maximizing every global. Like, I'm sure they were still blasting, but they were still playing safe for this
sure
fight,
that-
which is like, what?
I'm sure that across the raid, immediately after that 0.5% wipe, everybody individually was thinking of, like, ways that they could have each contributed 0.2% more.
Yes.
And only a couple of those would have needed to come true for that 0.5% to have been eliminated.
I think we could look at boss. I would like to check boss HP this time after they've had a break to see whether it's kind of slowed down a little bit.
So we're allowed to look at the boss HP
yeah.
again now.
I mean, those pulls they were doing were relentless.
Right, let me
They
flip up my blinders there and take another
look,
look at that
frames.
unit frame.
Oh,
there we go. Oh, the raid frames. Oh, no. Goes right back down.
Yeah.
Raid frames are scary, yo.
Right, a scary year, that's for sure. That is the understatement of the century. That's phase 2. Leading into the phase 3 bang is the worst period of any boss fight ever. 69.2.
Not as good as they were the last 3 pulls. They're about 1% behind on those last 3 pulls. But you know what?
There's always some variation.
Yeah.
Though. That's the thing. Is that sometimes
unlucky crits.
It is what it is, and hopefully they just don't have bad variations in each of their phases.
Yeah.
So it should normally normalize out, assuming that we don't get consistently unlucky. But of course. Luck is a small part of this, making sure that it certainly helps if you get a lot of crits, that's for sure. As we're going to continue pushing on for, especially if you're a healer, honestly. You talk about damage, I think I'd rather be crit. If you could give anyone 100% crit here, I think it would be one of my healers.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that we can survive all this with 4 healing this fight.
Super low. This is where the druids now are casting out their healing onto the raid to try and help out. They'll do it again in a second, although he's got to go down, so he's going to be chasing this orb down. This one he's just following behind. They've got very consistent with these now. I wonder if they did make this phase more consistent compared to when they first started working on Rygolon. These will be questions for after it's dead.
I think it's just almost naturally through time just become better and better just through their play. But it does start to feel that it's almost becoming routine, and that's what we want. We want it to be routine. You don't want to be like, oh god, we're going into the second downstairs phase. It's like, no, of course we are. That's what we should normally be doing. And it's all chill, just big old slamming damage on the boss. We got this, and keep everything nice and under control, which is certainly what they have been doing so far. And hopefully they can squeeze out a little bit more dam, though.
It's counterintuitive, right? Because the less special it becomes to make it to any given phase, the more success you see in those phases, right? The less people have nerves, and the more people are familiar with what's going on in those phases.
Hope so. Just keep an eye on the HP here. Not looking too bad, actually.
Hoping for a 44 as the boss transition. 45 is, not too bad.
We can find this damage.
We were 1% behind, now we're like a 0.5% behind. So, it's the variations that you would expect. We're on pace, I would say.
He's just not getting what he needs there. He's going to get topped up. So's Law. Got survival instincts popped.
He's got a Guardian Spirit on him as well.
Yeah, that's going to be
fine.
Nice. They're being very liberal with these cooldowns. It's like, don't think about it. If they need it, get it out there. And get it done.
Here comes the Heart of the Wild healing coming in very, very soon. Should be popping that ability. There we go. Big old heals coming in for the rest of the team. Trying to get as much help out from these druids during this high damage period where we just don't have any CDs to cover it, or we want to make sure that we have them available for later. So you will see quite a lot of healing being done by the druids during this point. Nice little...
Eliminate that healing absorb and make life easier as they're going into their final downstairs phase.
They'll be fine.
Showing up on the screen there. Lorgok's Barkskin is going to be on cooldown for the next 30
seconds. More cleanse.
Yeah, they are going to be not okay.
He lost a cleanse somewhere?
Yeah, one of the orbs, it looks like, was not soaked there, so that's okay. You know what? Damage was kind of scuffed on this pull anyways.
It was a little bit.
Not the worst pull to have go wrong to mechanics as well.
They were going to be chasing their tail and trying to push a really extreme phase 3 there.
No big deal.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I just very much worry, like, after such tense back-to-back pulls, they kind of get stuck in this hour of just, like, trying to get that momentum back.
You hate to plateau in a situation like this, absolutely.
Yeah, you do. You just want to keep it rolling, but every now and again, when you take that break, when you pull back a little bit, you let the adrenaline wear off, is that you just kind of lose that momentum for a bit. I don't want that to happen here, because they're so stupidly close to finishing this.
And they want to start progressing the jailer today. That's the...
No fees or minimums and no overdraft fees are another reason banking with Capital One is an even easier decision than this.
I'll take Barkley.
Yes!
Yep, even easier than that. What's in your wallet?
Stephen, did you know a TurboTax Live expert can do your simple tax return for you? For free. It's true. For limited time, TurboTax is free for simple returns, even when an expert files for you.
But then flip the thing. So that's 10:30 a.m. It's 10:32 a.m. Somebody says in chat. Oh,
right.
Oh,
through
and
whatever,
who says an American can't do math?
Through whatever eldritch means you just used to get to that number.
Oh, there we go.
Did work.
I did think like you were summoning Diablo.
Yeah.
Well.
What time
Who
did they usually
knows
raid
some
then?
math?
They raid quite late.
Well, I think they were up quite late. They've been staying up till fairly late, but I think they're probably waking up very soon and probably starting to pull also pretty soon. Although I think some of them might be flying back home today, so maybe that'll affect their raid schedule.
That might be a bit disruptive.
Yeah, I saw something on Twitter about some of them having their flights scheduled for today. And
interesting.
Yeah, because of course nobody expected this race to go on for this long.
Oh, we're losing some staff today. All the players are fine. The players are golden. So for anybody who's been asking, but a couple of the production team will be leaving today because they were like, I mean, who knew?
Yeah. It's okay though. Nothing will be affected on our end. Production, they don't really do anything anyways.
That's true.
Yeah.
There we go.
This is my last words.
Oh, no!
He's been muted. Oh.
Production, if you wish me to give him the Tettles treatment, I can.
Oh, man.
That's what you get. You deserve that.
I did deserve that. I admit it.
Yeah, don't you jinx anything here. But yes, for the rest of us, we're all here to the death, I believe.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They cannot stop me. I'll be here when I'm an old man as they're working on Halo
so
Phase 4.
Later today? Okay.
Yes, no, we'll be here for a long, long old time.
I can't. I just genuinely hope this does not just go to double Legos walkover. God,
I don't think it will, though. I think
I
even
don't
if
think
we
so.
go
like
to
a believer
reset
in that as
3,
well.
I think it'll go deep into the reset and it'll be fine.
The only problem with double Legos for me, right, is that certain classes, like, it changes where, like, some classes seem like they're just going to be busted, right?
Yeah, Moon. The worst part about it is that Moonkins benefits so much.
Isn't it Enhance as well that's super broke?
Yeah,
like,
they're
grows
pretty
with
happy.
it?
Faye Enhance.
So, like if they're going to make the last boss require double legendaries, is it going to require double legendaries with a turbo stacked comp of people who like double Legos, or is it going to be double legendaries
I mean,
based
neither
on what?
guild really prepared with that in mind. I think both of them started making some adjustments about 6 days into the first reset on the assumption that, like, oh, there's a good
a lot
chance.
of lost damage.
But even still,
Yeah, we're running around a bit there.
Yeah, he lost so much damage there. He was
That's
out
okay.
of range for a while. The orb spawned out of
Yeah.
range of the boss, so he couldn't cast there. He was trying to tippy-toe in so he could get some, and then he had
he's
to run across
only
the room.
doing 17.6k DPS.
But he could be doing 18.
Yeah.
That's the point, you know. That's the point there. But if you're thinking it's going deep into the reset, you're thinking Jailer may be like a 400 pull boss.
Maybe. I mean,
based on what we've seen, I mean, Ryklon's what, less than 200 still.
That's true. Well, it's approaching. This is pull 199 that we are on right now.
Yep.
So it would need to die this pull to be less than 200. But I mean,
watch.
I wouldn't want to jinx it myself. But
69.5.
Ooh, not bad. Not a bad number.
We've had 68 before, right?
Yeah, 68.2 is our
That's
best.
less of a funny number, though.
Nice.
So this
So
is
this
better?
is better.
Yeah, this is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but about 1% behind.
Yeah.
We want the boss to be coming out of phase 2 at 42.0.
Tactical damage holding for the memes being done here by the Echo Raiders.
I mean, X on that one. Massive X over the top of that. But they will be aware of that. They'll be keeping updating on each other. But as I said, they can. There is some variation. They can claim another percent in a different phase.
Yeah. They
can lose a percent here and there, but it's all about going into. Well, it all rounds up when we get to that final massive bang. And if they're not around 10 or 10.3, as who's that?
We've got ourselves an Angel.
We have an Angel
Jimmy
and
down.
a dead DPS player. I think this is going to be a jump-off angle if I had to imagine.
Yeah, I think you might very well be right.
They are going to keep it going for a little while here, but I suspect that at some point they're going to realize
Oh, they might have the battle reses, actually.
Well, the next battle res isn't going to be available for the next little minute or so. Yeah.
Oh,
so they,
sorry, I misread the UI. I thought it was, we had one
Yeah,
and then
it's a
another
GG.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes back up. But there we go.
They are off the edge
Unlucky.
here. This Jeep Shade's trying to make his way off the edge. Is able to do it. Has to soul shape for it, though.
Just sometimes you just can't die on this fight,
Yeah.
which is ironic.
I can't believe how much trouble everybody's having with this fight. It's so hard to die, says Deep Shades.
Yeah. I mean, what is wrong with you guys?
Yeah.
This fight's so easy.
But this, we're going to be in a little bit of a position soon enough where, you know, both guilds are going to be working on this at the exact same time. We're going to have another one of those situations where it's neck and neck, where they're going to be playing up against one another.
Do you
It's
think
going to be
Liquid
insane.
adopts the 4 healer?
I don't think so. I think they're going to keep slamming.
think they can do it with the 5 healer, and again, I do not ever bet against Liquid doing something they say they think they can do. Because
Same here.
It basically always does come true. That being said, I've been on over my shift now for about 40 minutes. Production's telling me they're going to come out with a cane soon, especially because I said they don't do anything. So I'm afraid this is going to be the end for me. Once again, I will probably go to bed and they will kill the boss while I'm asleep. But
fair enough.
It's been
you did your duty.
It's been a blast.
Good stuff, dude.
And yeah, I will wish you the best of luck.
Indeed. Thank
Farewell,
you for your
chat.
presence.
Yeah.
And enjoy your rest.
Yeah.
Ah, good stuff. There we go. Oh,
Wait for
sad
it.
times.
Wait for it.
You even turned off the
for it
microphone.
out.
That's nice.
I was trying to reenact it for you. It's like, an echo has killed the boss! The second he leaves camera shot. That would be the way it goes. I think I'm shifting up here.
Do you want me, like, because this is your chair, isn't it? You got your corner. You got your old man corner. Are you sure you don't want your old man corner back? Now's a good time to do it. Huh? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm down for that. We're gonna make a mid-shift swap. Yeah. Wow, just getting added for having a huge head. Oh man, we are into a pool right now.
I didn't do it.
It's okay. We're all good. We're all good.
It wasn't me. We are getting into a poll as Dratnos takes his leave. Unfortunately, he has got a history over this race. This is good news for us because it's historically they kill it the second he kind of leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, within an hour or so, it's dead. But a couple of sloppy pulls for the last couple. Not as consistent as anybody like Al. Certainly after they're like back-to-back.
Yeah,
hitting the end of the fight.
It was so painful. It was so painful not to see it go down. Not as painful as this. Yikes. I certainly don't want to be seeing that anytime soon. But it is what it is. You're going to have these pulls. It's just a reminder of how sort of...
brutal it is.
Yeah. And just fragile. Such a fragile fight. You just do one or two things
Don't forget
wrong.
the fundamentals, boys. Yes, you are within reaching distance. That 0.5%. I mean, oh God, I would love to watch that clip again.
Oh, same. We've just breached that 200 pulls there now. We've now officially beyond that. That is a lot for a penultimate boss.
Not in this race.
Not in this race. But in any other race.
Not in this race. How many pulls was Lords of Dread? Like 60?
Yeah, Lords of Dread didn't take long.
Yeah,
about like 60 or so.
I mean, in the context of this race, it was one of the easier bosses.
So, yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
It's really weird.
The thing is, mechanically as well, it felt like that boss should be somewhere else in the instance. It would have been like a good, like maybe 5th boss or something, or 6th boss.
Maybe.
Well, with the pull count, you certainly should have swapped that and Halondrus around. In all fairness, Halondrus should be like kind of stomping around in the jailer's room by the looks of it.
Well, Halondrus feels like it was an accident.
Yes,
right?
it does.
I mean, Halondrus feels like, oh God, what have we made here?
It did make up whoops.
Yeah, but they tuned it perfectly, though. Like, when I say accident, maybe not intentionally as hard as it was, but they still tuned it perfectly for the guilds to get over it. And we've seen many, many guilds get over it in the same amount of time. Not in the 1 and 2 positions, but certainly have been able to overcome the Halondrus challenge once they actually got a good idea of what they were supposed to do there and how to manage it. A couple of different strategies for it as well. But every single step of the way, we have had to turn the dial up and up. And it's going to be strange because a lot of the stuff that the guys have been stuck on, and other guilds are stuck on as well, is actually DPS checks, which kind of could become a little irrelevant tomorrow. And gives so much more flexibility. Not tomorrow, but Wednesday for the EU, tomorrow, Tuesday for the US. In which case, we should see a lot of guilds progress very quickly.
Yeah, I think it's certainly going to help out, but it's not going to help with bombs on Halondrus, which
Correct.
a lot of guilds are stuck on right now, very rightfully so. But it will make bosses beyond that substantially easier, and it will make Halondrus easier because you will be spending less time in last phase with that damage increase. But yeah, I'm surprised at how well this was tuned, that it was doable without double Lego. But I'm also now concerned that when double Lego comes in, it might be a bit too ruffle stompy. I don't know. We'll have to have a look.
It will be interesting to see what this fight is like after the reset.
6 healers.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. You're definitely going to 5 heal it. I mean, Liquid is still 5 healing it. It's likely they're going to stay with that unless their math points to it being like a % out on a perfect pull. Something like that. Because we know here. But to be fair, for the guys who do the math, we get getting different values all night.
Yep.
Yesterday, like people are coming to me saying, I think we're like 7% off the kill, and then they did a better pull. It's like, we're about 5% off, and then an hour later they got an even better pull, and it's like, they're about 3% off. I was like, Just let them do their thing. They'll find damage where it needs. This is a much better pull here, though, Al. As they're already sub 69. If they can get the 68s before they come out, 68.9.
That's not bad.
That's much better than we've seen in the last couple of pulls. They have gone lower, 68.2, I think you noted down.
Yeah, that's the PC has the updated four heal numbers. They are old 5 heal numbers over on the whiteboard.
You put in so much effort over there.
I needed to know, so I was just like, maybe the other people would want to know. So I just took a picture of my stuff that I was doing in the caster room and did it on the board. But yeah, no, it looks like it's going well. And the thing is, with this fight, the thing is they can die at any moment, obviously, but it feels like, to me, things don't start getting tense until we have that third upstairs phase.
Yeah, it's after the second downstairs phase, that period of time until they come back out, I do the third downstairs is horrendous. But a couple of early wipes here now, back to back.
Yeah, something that they don't want to do. I do know that there is a tax in place, obviously, that you need to pay. Because, you know, if you have a good pull, you need to have several bad pulls afterwards.
I was expecting this. When they took the break, I thought, okay, we're probably going to look at maybe 10 or so scuff pulls here.
But I don't know. It seems like the tax rates are pretty high at the moment. It would be good to see ourselves getting a little bit further on. I don't want them to become disheartened. I'm sure they're not.
They're not disheartened, but they'll be on a little adrenaline come down. They'll also be kind of like, we should have killed it then. You know, why did we do it? Blah, 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 blah. They'll be thinking a little overly comfortable, especially because this is such a complex fight to manage. All those things. Like, we just did it back to back to back. Mira's giving it the old...
Oh, man.
Just die. Just die. But they still have that confidence that they know they do it. They could just do with one really good enrage pull, even if they don't kill it.
Yeah.
That'll fire them back up.
Yeah, 100%. And to be honest, I think now that we have seen the enrage with the 4-healer comp, the next time we see it will be a kill. That was their first time getting through that last phase with all their healing cooldowns. I honestly think people were playing safe. I really do. I think some people were just, you know, I'll do a little bit of off-healing just to make sure. No. We have all the cooldowns in the world. We just need to slam on through.
More probably DPS swapping off to help with the orbs to make sure they died in the right time, especially after the wipe where, unfortunately, the guys exploded just as they were about to get into the massive bang. I mean, we had the boss around 11-12% at that point, so that was looking like the kill. And that's where they came out. We heard their comms. We listened for a little minute, and you could hear the guys saying, don't worry about the damage. We're there. Just make sure you don't die. Well, you went a little too far with that on the next one, as it is going to be another wipe coming into here.
This is a little unfortunate series of events, but hey-ho, it is what it is. Don't let it get to you. Let's go again.
Yep, as expected. As soon as they took that break, I was like, okay. Okay, that's going to happen. I'm just noticing as well, our wonderful donation tracker is flying up, Al.
Oh,
yeah.
Certainly is. As you get that loaded up, of course, we are raising money for charity, the Rise Above the Disorder charity, which is helping folks who need support with their mental health but can't afford it. They just go out their way to help those people. So if you can donate, it all goes towards an amazing cause. And I assume we have a couple of donos.
Yeah, Sabashi says, good luck, Echo. I know that 0.5% was heartbreaking.
True.
But you're almost there. Yeah, I don't think even heartbreaking, really. It was more like the fire they needed. Obviously, they would love to have killed it, but yeah, they were all super fired up for that one. With Shiny Krampus sending $5 to Rise Above the Disorder. Bananas are blue. Okay.
That's good to know.
Not mine.
No, I know.
Not mine. Kraftwerk. What a great cause. What great people. Sad that I can't contribute to the bald head. Like last time.
Oh, I think that was more relating to someone being shaved.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yes. I won't be doing that.
But no, thank you ever so much, everybody, for your donations. Of course, all going towards that amazing cause. And we're trying to raise lots and lots of money for them. So if you can, then the link for the donations can be found to under the stream.
Under the stream. Come on, Echo. Yep. Give them your support, guys. They're right on the cusp. 0.5% is all that stands between this and the final boss. After all these weeks, we are here.
It's the longest a final boss has not been seen on Mythic difficulty. Ever.
A whole race of World First. Like, we might say it's just kill World First, but no, this race has produced so many World First moments and situations. Oh, just top dropping in before that line could shred him up. Yeah, he's just got to dip your toe in, get it done, finish the cast, get greedy. That's exactly what we're talking about. He's got to put more damage into that, so he's just making sure it's getting to about 10%, which is the right decision there. Obviously, you don't really want the Demo Warlock's turbo goes down. You don't want the demo locks. What could he be dying to there?
I don't know.
That's like the line on the floor, just trying to greed out an extra cast.
Yeah, it could be.
Not worth to.
Are they running
Stellar
Drift though? Is Stellar Drift even still a thing? Is it?
Yeah.
It is. Okay,
sure,
cool. Yeah, you think you'd be able to move out of it then, but who knows? Maybe it was turned off because there's no more ads available.
Well, I mean, it's more damage to put the Star Surge in. That's ultimately. It's like used to be back in day that you keep Starfall down 100% of the time, regardless. But you do want to prioritize a little bit over the top of that. Logok having a tremendous pull here, just absolutely smashing. As is Sol, actually. Sol doing super well. Obviously, their damage is a little padded compared to boss DPS because they are DPSing the portal or the quasars. I just call them portals, but the quasars at the same time. So we are looking to see a little bit better damage than this here. 71. Ooh, that boss is high.
Yeah.
That boss is really high.
It fluctuates. We did lose a DPS at the beginning. I personally don't think it's worth wiping over because you'll make it up. And to be honest, getting comfortable in that last phase, I think, is definitely a admirable thing to be doing with your time. Because we do not want to have any panic. We just want to have clean and under control. So I do think it's worth continuing, even though that was a bit scuffed. And who knows, you might very well make it up again.
Well, again, they want that in Rage Pull. Get back into the swing of it, see the whole fight. The healers know what they're doing. So it's now on the DPS not to troll a little bit. Make sure they're doing their orbs while blasting as much as possible. So about 2% behind where they're best coming out of that. About 1.5-ish. Which they can make up. We've seen them do that in the last couple of pulls. They can scrape it back if they have slightly better RNG, slightly better positioning in the other phases. So don't count them out yet. It's just a little gauge that we're following from the beginning of the fight. They have to catch up with the next massive bang in 8 seconds. This one's not too bad. The next period of time after this massive bang go, guys, that's when it gets nasty.
Although you can still see that it's a cruel and unusual overlap there with having to clear your debuffs, which does AoE damage, whilst also the boss puts a AoE healing absorb on the entire raid, whilst also doing a big chunk of damage. So it's not an easy thing to deal with whatsoever. However, these guys are making giant cuts into it with their healing checks. Just for healing this is unbelievable to me, considering when I first saw it, I was like a big no, but they are doing so well. But this next phase is the true test. Very low amount of CDs that we have to use when we're in the next upstairs phase, so much so that we're relying on druids using Heart of the Wild in order to assist us. Let's see if they can get through it, because it feels like if they can do that cleanly, then we might be in for a bit of luck now, just taking that huge hit there from the boss. But what are we looking at? 50.
Yeah, we're 2% behind at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's not ideal.
No, we are 2% behind the DPS of their 10% of their 0.5% pull at the moment. So we're about 2% behind, where they can make that up with a much more aggressive phase 3. This is the nasty one. This is where it's going to get brutal, guys. You want to not look at the raid frames during this, because it's going to get real weird real quick, and it's going to stay like this for about the next minute and a half. This is, there you can see the Heart of Wild goes out. The healers, the druids there, the balanced druids, trying to cleanse all the healing absorb on the raid so that they can actually keep the healers themselves can keep the raid up. Part of the strategy. They got 20 seconds before the next massive bang, and what they're kind of looking for coming out of here is 24%-ish on the boss. 22 is their best they've ever hit. So that's what we're looking for as they start getting ready to head down in. The raid's looking relatively stable, but you can spike very quickly during this phase, and especially as they move into the next massive bang.
Yeah, they just need to survive this last little bit. This is always the point in which we lose people, but it looks like, I didn't want to say it, but I am going to say it now, that was actually very, very clean.
That was clean, beautiful. But damage has suffered because of it. You can see every time they have a cleaner pull, the damage goes down a little bit, which is the trade-off that this fight demands of these players. If you want to punish this boss, you have to play a little fast and loose.
Oh, yeah.
One is casting heals right now. You can see Logok is healing the raid. But the boss needs DPSing at the same time. So it's about making that trade-off. As I said, we're looking for about 20, somewhere between 22 and 24 coming out of this phase.
Yeah, no, we are really quite far behind, I think.
Yeah, so 26.6. I think they might be able to scrape to 24
I don't think it's impossible, mind you. I really don't think it's impossible. But I think there's still a lot of work to be done. So let's have a little look to see whether or not that 24. Work is going to work. So 24 isn't bad. in terms of getting into this phase. It's still lower than, as an example, Liquid managed to do on their 4.3. So let's see whether or not it's going to
we
be
need all
a benefit.
alive. Yeah.
I think that we just can't have any, safe play in this last phase. We really want to make sure that we try and keep everything under control, but you need to greed. If you do not greed, we're not going to make this check. So let's see exactly how greedy they can be while staying alive.
They have 35 seconds left of just managing the orbs and greeding as much as possible. The boss will stop functioning in the next 30 seconds as he casts this massive bang.
Ooh, boss is in a weird position.
He's in a weird position. I think they're buying room for the melee, really, as Zerwo and Clicks go down. That is really unfortunate. They get Zerwo, Clicks with the Ankh. So they did lose 2 people there, 15%. They have about 14 seconds to try and get this to about 10 or 11% to even stand a chance.
We haven't got a clean. We haven't got a cleanse.
It's over.
It's over. That's a shame, but look at the boss's health. That would have been really tight. Super unlikely, though, in my opinion. I think they were just a little bit too far off. Good that we got there. That we should be happy the fact that we got
this
there.
This is better. They had a couple of scrappy pulls coming into this. This is fine, and they know they can. They know they can do it.
Any second now.
They know they can do it. They know it.
They'll get there.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Don't go anywhere, because this is dying at any moment. It literally is dying at any moment, and God, they'll be so happy when it's done.
I just feel that just the druids are getting slammed sometimes, Like, it feels like Canix is just
They're
getting
not super
really
sturdy.
battered.
Like, Barkskin is a...
I was wondering if you could help me find my way out. I don't think I'm supposed to be here.
I regret to inform you that this next test is impossible.
Righto. So first, let's try something easier, like saving money by switching to Geico.
Oh, you want it easy? You're in the wrong place.
Okay, robotic overlord lady. It was fun and all, but I'm out of here. Well, this is awkward. A little help. Yeah?
Put your insurance on easy mode. Switch and save with Geico.
Really, it's one of those things. They have survival instincts and things, but those are on big cooldowns that you kind of don't want to waste. They'll get there, though. They're so close. They're playing definitely... They're trying to find that line now, Al.
Yeah,
Safe to super risk. Somewhere in
there
this
is
area.
somewhere in the middle that they are going to land on, and they have to in order to get this boss down. Play too safe, you're just not going to have the dam, and you really, really need to. There's a reason that we dropped to the healers. You can't just spend... Just because the healer's out doesn't mean as a boomkin you can spend all your time healing, because all you're going to do is, you're going to do no damage or healing. You've got to just focus on making sure you're doing your job. When it's assigned to you, do those big things. If you're asked to off-heal, then fair enough, but otherwise... Got to trust that your 4 amazing healers are going to do their jobs, and they are going to be able to cover it for you.
And they have.
Yeah, they have.
I know when we got the 0.5, I saw that Logok just did less healing. He did a wild growth, he did a swift mend, he threw a regrowth out, and then he just went back to DPSing and stayed there. This time around, though, we saw him doing like 4 or 5 regrowths, helping off the raid. That's 4 or 5 globals and casts that are not going into the boss. Then downstairs, adding more healing to it, which is like, and I'm sure the healers are asking us that. It's like, hey, support us. Right? It's not a case of him deciding to do that, but sometimes that's needed. And as we saw then, they can claw it back in different phases, because we were about to go into the big finale just before 2 people died, and you were right. I think they just ran out of room. The melee had nowhere to go, which is why Clicks and that ended up in that scenario.
Maybe we had the tanks knocked back by one of the debuffs, and that's why the boss was running around like a bit of a nutcase.
Yeah, because they're so tightly enclosed at the end of that, because remember, these black pools are permanent and remain throughout the fight, so when it gets to that last phase, they're very, very locked in to where to go. It makes it tough for the melee to find places to go when they have the debuff. But they'll find it because they've done it before. That's what we know. They've done it already. It has happened. And, we got another one coming in.
Oh, wow. We've got a couple of donations coming in here. So thank you ever so much, everybody. As we are jumping into another pool, we'll quickly get through these. We got a $100 donation in from T. So thank you, thank you, thank you. He says, I don't know if that's some sort of meme.
Yes, it is. You can sing it if you wish.
Dolly and Dot are Mike's best friends. I don't know what that means.
You don't know who Dolly and Dot are?
Not off the top of my head.
Be thankful.
Oh, is that the it's like where you have to go and like, yeah, right, okay, now I'm with you now.
Yeah.
I remember.
And they sing a song and it's horrible.
Oh. Well, they're your best friends. Thank you very much for that, T. As well as a $20 donation in from Corbro, who says, girlfriend and I are glued to the screen and eating ice cream while Echo shaves off percentage after percentage. Thank you for the amazing show. Well, thank you very much for supporting us and by watching, as well as donating to an absolutely fantastic charity as we are continuing on with our Rygalon progression.
Come on, Echo!
We can do this.
This is it! This is it! This thing is dead in the next 30 minutes. Like, no doubt.
It needs to be.
Oh, yes.
It needs to. We need to get it down. In all fairness, there is, like, you know, Limit's going to be Liquid, are going to be waking up soon, and they're going to be starting their raids, I imagine, hopefully soon. Like, I really hope that they're, players moving around and having to...
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, no, hopefully that doesn't cause them any issues, obviously. But regardless, you know, they're right on the tail. I'm still concerned as to where they're going to get the damage from, but Max did say on Twitter, look, this dies tomorrow after we wake up, and I'm like, all right, well, they're starting to wake up, Mike, and we've still got a boss in front of us. It'll be so amazing for the Echo guys, of course, if they can get their second world first in this instance.
Now they've finally caught up. They want to stay there. They want to keep that lead, and they want to get that timing on the jailer because that reset time is approaching, and that's going to be tough as we... not bad, actually.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, 69.2. That's all right.
That's fine.
It's about 1% behind their absolute best ever. So that's where we're standing. So that's good. Consider what we saw last pull. 69.2 will do.
Oh, yeah.
They can do better with good, great, amazing RNG, but that will do. As you guys have probably noticed watching these damage meters, is when you're doing such extreme levels of damage and totally at some point relying on basically your cast to either crit or not, or to have certain procs or not, you'll see the damage meter changes quite dramatically from who's on top to not.
Oh, yeah.
Very normal at this level to see that happen because they're all casting the exact same spells. And it basically comes down to who had what proc and when. But it should balance out over the course of the raids. They take an abundant amount of damage, but 20 seconds away from the the second massive bang. They'll see they'll be managing these portals now, getting them all ordered. The guys are going to be dropping in to cleanse their debuffs.
And then going in. Okay, I think they were just okay. That looked like
I think that was coming into the melee chop as the stampeding roar goes out, and they continue to play here.
Good second
phase. Okay, thank God.
Yeah,
man,
I've been baited by that so much. Fortunately, the massive bang is the thing that spawns all of the circles as well. So the ad needs to be downstairs low enough. So yeah, wait until the cast, and then once you see it, then have a sigh of relief. I've got caught out by that. Caught out by that so many times.
And there's so much about this fight that terrifies me. Yeah. So no healing, Lorgok. Trust your squad, my dude.
Yeah.
Trust the squad. They're gonna be okay. You've still got Barksing coming back in 6 seconds if you need it. So just trust in these healers. They've put their trust in you. Put your trust in him. There's the Barksing perfectly lined up for exactly when that was going to hit to relieve that damage on him. And we're looking for about 45 here, guys. Looks like they might be a little behind by maybe 1% coming out here. I think they've just got to touch the 45.4. That's okay.
That's all right. That's all right. Nothing to complain about. Once again, if we can keep this phase clean here, this is the hardest part of the fight for them in terms of healing. They just don't have any CDs.
Nope.
You're very much relying on the druids to carry you through it, and well, at least assist with their Hearts of the Wild, which aren't, amazing. You'd rather have, a fifth healer doing something, but we don't want one. We need the damage.
Here's the healing coming out of Lorgok now, that Heart of the Wild. All the other balanced druids will be doing the same thing. But one more heal being thrown out and back to... No, he's still healing. Okay, he's just making extra sure. All right, so I think maybe they know they can pick up a lot of damage in Phase 3, so it's okay to throw out the extra couple of globals here, because Lorgok is known for being a big blaster, so if he doesn't have to do that, he's not going to, more than likely. We have got the final big bang coming in 13 seconds, guys. No combat res used so far. They just need to get these portals right, and we are looking for the boss to come out of this phase.
This is the scariest part of the phase, though, as we've got these last few cleanses going out, but I think...
They just need to top the raid. They need to top the raid in this period of time, ideally. So Lorgok needs a little bit. Salt and Swag could do a little bit. If they could top the raid here, it puts them in great shape going downstairs as he refreshes the dots on Rygalon.
So we're pretty happy.
Boss is actually pretty low.
Yeah,
we're looking for about 24 out of here.
Yeah, well, 22.3 was their best, but it does look like we're going to be generally pretty fine. Hopefully we won't need any off-healing as we're going to continue to slam into Rygolon. This is the point in which we can get a big amount of damage out. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot to heal, but there's always a lot to heal on this fight. Let your healers do their jobs, absolutely slam into Rygolon, get that big dam coming out of this phase. Looks like that's going to be the last boom on. Hopefully we can have the tank in there not die to it, and we didn't. My goodness, have you seen the boss itself?
Yes, the boss is right where it needs to be.
Okay. This is looking solid, Mike.
Hold on to your butts, guys, because if you can see that time at the top, they have exactly 1 minute to survive here. They need to survive 1 minute and just play the orbs right. That's it. But the room is very small. It is very crowded, and they cannot afford to play safe here. So it's going to get tricky, but they have every healing cooldown. So the healers should be fine. It's going to come down to the DPS play to make sure these portal orbs are dealt with. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Don't look. Frago has gone down.
But we have
They will have the res. Yes, they have another res in bank if they need it. We want Rygolon to be about 10 or 11%, ideally 10, in about 30 seconds time as his health is going down.
Easily got that if we continue to keep at this sort of pace. Just got to keep these cleanses going out. Personals are being called for here, especially as you're soaking here, Fabo. Please do not die. I believe in you, man. Oh, that was an amazing amount of healing.
He waits for the lines. He's going to go inside. This is great.
And the boss is going to be at this sub 10% mark as we're going to be going into this last bit. We just can't have any last
2 seconds
here. Boss hasn't even started. He's already at 9%.
This is it. They have the time. They have everybody alive, Alex.
Oh my God, they're going to be nuking it down one by one. These last little percentages are going to be the percentages that they need to get themselves another world first. You can do this.
There's no way they lose.
15 seconds on the clock.
They can't lose.
This is 2.5.
This is free.
Oh, they
Bring
are
it home.
this.
Bring it home.
Another.
We're going to the jailer.
Go.
Come on, jailers. Yes, dude. They made it. That was so clean.
Yes. Oh. They did it, man.
We're going to the jailer, boys. Pack your bags, EU. It's happening. We made it! Oh my God!
Dude, another world first. Beautiful execution on that fight. Absolutely beautiful.
That was so disgustingly clean. That was insane.
Easy for them, dude. Easy for them. Let's just 3 heal it tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Well done, Echo, man. Oh, dude, that was so much.
Unreal!
204 pulls in the end. 204
10 out of 11. Chalk it up, man. Chalk it. That smile, Zalia's smiling, and you deserve it, brother. This healing team needs 50 beers and everything after this.
Fabo sat there just like, second on damage. It's like it's nothing. Oh, man. They all did outstandingly
Jesus.
there. Absolutely outstanding play. Completely clean until that very last phase where we had like a death, but it was good enough.
Who cares?
I like that, of course, the goop does not despawn by the looks of it. A bit of a whoops.
Blizzard. Hello. Fight's finished. Oh my God, we are on our way. We're going to the jailer. It's time. Echo have in their minds. I know they'll be thinking that they have until reset to kill this. That's what they'll be thinking.
Yeah.
That's the focus that Scribe would point. It was like, I don't care if the.
The best part about doing things yourself? It's free. Like doing your own taxes with H&R Block free online, where more people can file free than with TurboTax. Help is here.
We're playing Bunkers and Badasses, baby!
You know, some of you may be asking, why are there guns in a fantasy world? 'Cause shut up your face, it's magic!
I'm sensing some real evil vibes this way. Now follow me. This isn't a blessing. It's a blasting!
Philips presents One Blade. Trim, edge, shave. For every style, for your style. Philips One Blade. Your style made simple. Together, we make life better.
Philips.
Cat Coalition, it's so good to see you all. All right, let's brainstorm. Any ideas for new members?
I'd like to nominate Alaska Airlines. This neck pillow I'm dating says great things.
Ooh, a caring airline? Wait, those exist?
It says here they were the first airline to switch from plastic bottles to boxed water.
They also hire a lot of people from caring professions. I'm seeing former teachers and nurses.
It's settled. Alaska Airlines is officially in the running. Round of applause.
Lands, we're about to bid you adieu.
My word. Let's hope this boss lives up to how everything else has been in this instance. Really tight tuning, really difficult encounters. You know, arguably, some people aren't particularly happy with that, but for the Race to World First boys, they love this. They love getting their teeth into it.
The people who moan about that forget there's one guild, there's literally 25 people in the world playing this boss.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not a big deal for you. It's really, really not. Oh my god.
Stripe watching the cutscenes just in case it has any strategic information in there. Maybe it is different on Mythic.
Clues to how this fight works.
Yeah, on Mythic, you know, and then at the end, if you skip the cutscene, it actually tells you how to kill him on the last 20%, but there we go.
There'll be no rest for the wicked here in the EU. They're not going out. They're not celebrating. The race is not over, and they know it. Let's get there. Let's see what this boss is, and let's start deciding who is going to be tackling this boss, because we do not know. We don't know how hard it is. We don't know which classes are going to be exceptional. You can base some decisions on heroic, obviously.
Yeah.
But they have had the roster of rosters benched up until now and brought in for this. They've used basically an almost different raid team for the last 3 bosses they've encountered in this raid. So who's going to be in? Who's going to be out?
This raid, this boss looks kind of... The room looks identical, by the way. Nothing seems to be different, which is normally a little bit of an indication. I wonder if at all possible, before... Well, actually... Yeah, maybe it would be good if they're going to go straight in for a pull, if we could maybe have a look at some of the Mythic changes, because there is a little bit of something.
Yeah, just let us know if that pull timer comes out.
Yeah, of course. No, way more important. But there's like 1 or 2 little things that kind of need to be said. This boss is a conga boss, did you know?
Conga line.
Yeah, so there will be goo at the edge of the room or somewhere. How did someone just die there? Did they just jump in the hole?
Just testing if the hole works.
Oh, okay.
There's the pull. Oh, they're just testing if they do a reset.
Okay, cool, they can. That's an important thing to know. But yeah, there's going to be goo that spawns at the edge of the room, and you need to kind of have it jump from me to you to somebody else, and then you want to get it to somewhere else in the room, and that way you can heal, what's that name? Oh, we're moving around a lot of camera elements here. But here we go. Yes, so we have the World Crusher. So this is only phase 1. We're only going to talk about phase 1
of 2.
There's no point talking about anything else, honestly, because phase 1, let's get our teeth into that. So the boss is going to do a ton of arcane damage to absolutely everybody. I'm not entirely sure how you're going to be able to deal with that, because it's just a huge amount of damage done. But the main thing it does is it spills the blood of Azeroth everywhere. So these last for 3 minutes, and you need to make them so that they can basically return to the boss is the idea, or at least the way that I've read it. No one's seen this, obviously, so I could be talking nonsense.
Yeah, we think you're going to have to conga line this back. That's the idea.
So if you stand in it, you trigger a Surge of Azerite, and you can only do that 3 times. A Surge of Azerite flows into the target and repeatedly arcs to the nearest player within 13 yards. So you want someone who's 12 yards away from you and nobody else. So it'll jump to them, who will then jump to them, and jump to...
We have seen this mechanic before. We saw this in...
Oh. I know.
Where was
kind enough to fill in, but it's only the two of us. But it's good. It's okay. We're gonna do it.
Yeah, we got cozy vibes. This is like the morning show for me.
Yeah,
just
true.
Like just a duo.
I'm
Yes,
Lula.
yeah.
Hello. Yes, I am a fantastic host.
Can you teach me to cook?
And I can cook really well. Yes. Anyways, speaking of morning show, we are continuing the Honda MVP segment, preheat.
Yeah.
Who's our MVP today?
Yeah, let's talk about the Honda MVP of the day. So today we have Birch as our Honda MVP of the day, and here he is looking absolutely heroic with the cape on and everything.
Oh, yeah. Blinky cape.
Yeah, the reason why Birch is our MVP is just because he's been really good at raising our morale. Everyone's kind of yelling.
Speaking of raising morale, they're
it sounds good.
They're wooing behind us. I'm not
Sounds
sure
like
what's going on.
They're ramping back there. That's great. Love to hear it. But yeah, he plays Boomkin as well, and we've seen some Boomkin action in the raid. He definitely was in the raid for a bit there. I think at this point on Regalon he isn't in there anymore, but he's raising morale outside the raid.
Yeah.
So sometimes you need an MVP who does that.
Yeah. I was just spamming Birch Giga Chad during the
Hot Wing challenge.
Yeah,
that was so great.
He's such a quiet, reserved person. And they were talking. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go do the Hot Wings challenge. I really like spicy food." I was like, "Oh my gosh, okay, let's see it." And dude was just like hammering away at the the
man of many
drumsticks.
talents. Not just that, also like super into boba as well. Whenever he had the boba out, I was
Is
like,
he?
Yeah,
He's a
he was
bubble
like
tea connoisseur.
Oh yeah, big time.
Big fan of that.
So very cultured.
Yes,
yeah,
he just came in the building, and don't tell anyone, but I really want to try and get him on the desk. We can
that'd be cool.
Interview his his opinions on spicy food. And stuff
pick
like
his brain
that.
a little bit too about like Boomkin and kind of some of the comp decisions in on the boss that we're working on, Regalon, right now.
Yeah, speaking of the boss that we're working on, I guess Echo did just down this boss, Regalon, just a little bit ago when we came in the building. I think they were at 0.5%, and apparently they just kept getting to that point pretty consistently, and they were able to down it. So honestly, congrats to them. Very tough boss. So hopefully we'll see a kill as well from Liquid.
Yeah,
here.
big congratulations to them. This is definitely one of those bosses where you just have to get there consistently, and once you get there enough times and you have the damage for it, you're just going to push through. I do think that one thing that really helped him get that boss down, though, is the fact that they 4-heal it in the end, which is kind of insane if you think about it.
Yeah,
the amount of healing that we watch whenever we're going through the boss. I mean, we're watching it right now, right? So, it's a quite an intense fight. But yeah, just to kind of explain for the viewers what is going on here on Regalon. This is a one-phase fight. Technically, you could say there's like an up phase and a down phase, but
no,
for
it's
the
like a
most part,
6-phase fight.
Yeah, yeah.
Up, down,
and
up,
it's
down.
all just the same phase. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, the Quasars coming in, those are going to be like adds that you have to deal damage to. Initially it was like they brought more AoE because they wanted to like AoE down all those Quasars as best they could. Now that we have seen the damage requirements, we're kind of taking a step back from that and focusing more on boss damage and just like really optimizing how we deal damage without losing any single target on Regalon himself. But yeah, here in the down phase, there are unstable cores you have to soak. Basically, they reflect damage onto themselves, so you don't actually have to target them to deal damage. You just stand on top of them. They deal damage to themselves. As you can see, the melee and the range are split up there. And then as they finish, the range is going to head back over, and the melee is going to come with the boss. This makes it pretty tight on this last core because you're going to see it basically end right as the phase ends here. But basically, if you don't blow up this core before the phase ends, that's GG's. That's a wipe.
Dead Raiders.
Yep. And then we have the transition here in 3 seconds. And notice how the unstable matter there, they're actually dealing damage to it during this down phase. It's at 50% now. So that means the first one is one of the harder ones of the fight. Because after you get the first down phase, you can start dealing damage to those unstable matters while you're downstairs. And this is one of the optimizations that the raid has made to really help kind of get those pushes consistent. Because you have to be able to kill those on time, but you can only deal damage to them while you're downstairs.
I've seen a lot of comp changes within this guild as well. Besides the adjustment to ranged.
Yeah, absolutely. So the comp we're running today, I don't know exactly what we ended on last night, but we do have still the Holy Priest and we still have the Holy Paladin as well. So we're still 5 healing at this point.
Mm-hmm. Did Echo, when they went down to 4 healing, did they switch out any of their DPS to make up for that that loss in HPS?
I'm not sure exactly what they did, but it felt like they had like it felt like they weren't down one healer. It felt like they were just down like half a healer. At least that's what I was hearing from the Raiders this morning. Yeah, but you know, Priest does bring damage, right? Like it may not do the damage directly, but it does bring the damage in the form of Power Infusion. And Power Infusion, even though Priests they aren't really known for like doing high healer DPS, Power Infusion can be a huge boon to your damage as a raid, and especially like during a damage amp, which you know there isn't one on this fight, but on other fights.
Yeah. I'm reading in the chat that they were. The Boomkins were off healing.
Yeah, Heart of the Wild, yeah. So Boomkin Heart of the Wild is definitely pretty strong at certain parts of the fight. In a pinch, you can also do a non-Boomkin Convoke, so that's like a Resto Convoke. All you have to do is just leave your Boomkin form and then rip a Convoke. I think most of our Boomkin are playing Vinter here, so that was more so useful in like Castle Natria, on like especially like on, what was his name? Kale guy, Fire guy. Yeah,
the
Fire Mage guy.
Oh, Fire Mage guy.
Yeah, Kildos.
Kildos.
There's his name. Yep. But yeah, Boomkin, you know, jack of all trades, I guess you could say.
Oh, don't say that. It's gonna get to their head.
Yeah, we don't like Boomkin
if it hasn't already.
Wait, how do you feel about Boomkin?
You know, I feel like every person. I like Boomkin as a class because actually the first spec I played was horrible, but you know, I just think the Boomkins in my life are just like they're kind of weird.
Yeah,
Tattles, Nagura, they're just a little strange. Something's off.
I think Nagura is like the most normal Boomkin. But all of the other Boomkin out there, it's like, you know, there's something weird going on if you want to have your character look like that. That's all I'm saying. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah. Someone in chat, this dude does not remember the sun well.
Yeah, I don't. Sorry. Although he is a very, you know, he's a very iconic character with the Phoenix and all that stuff. Never got that mount though, so.
Me neither. The Blood Elf female voice line for that is really weird. It's like I can hear it.
Remember the Sunwell.
Yes. I love how hammy like all the TBC voice acting is.
Yeah.
It's so great. Yeah. Oh man, you're about to make me go down the rabbit hole on the TBC.
Let's go down a rabbit hole. It's just you and me. Let's do it.
Yeah. Who can stop us? Production? You can't stop us.
No.
Yeah.
Chat? They can complain, but they can't stop us.
What's that? Shalama Ashalanore.
Shalama Ashalanore.
You're so good at that. The Naru have not forgotten us.
There's some other ones. This is the crying, like.
Oh yes, the trinket. Yeah, you de-equip the trinket, re-equip it as fast as you can, and it just spams the crying emote. Oh my gosh, it's so loud too.
Trying to remember some what are the sillies? The slash sillies of the Blood Elves.
Don't really remember those.
I know there's one about like Stormwind to get a facial. Like, come on, the woman doesn't have a face, and she's gonna give me a facial. Wow.
I love that they're all just like you know, subtle digs at the undead.
Yeah, that's
Feels
horrible.
Like the Blood Elves are just kind of they're a little bit classist.
Just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They're kind of snooty.
Yeah, they're definitely snooty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, I want to talk about this though, because we're like ripping an insane first pull here. This is just a fantastic one. Basically, Raglan here is at 18%. We have 54 seconds left on the enrage. What's going to happen here at the very end is we're going to have a full 30 seconds. It looks like we just
lost Twisted.
Hanging on there. Lost Twisted, but maybe able to get that res out. We do have a res available. Hopefully we can get him up really quickly here. And Ben is down as well, so it's kind of falling apart. So unfortunate, but
you just can't die.
I do want to explain this though, because we are going to see it happen like right here. So the boss is going to cast Massive Bang. This is going to be the last one of the fight. Basically, how this works is this is like the most Final Fantasy thing ever. Basically, the boss just casts this giant ability for 30 seconds, and you just beat the boss down, and it's either you or the boss.
That's Final Fantasy?
This is like a very Final Fantasy kind of thing. Yeah, so in Final Fantasy, there's like a lot of raid bosses that just like end the fight with like a super long cast that just one-shots the raid. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. This one, basically, if the boss gets it off, it doesn't matter if you're immune or anything, like you're just dead.
Chat said, can't die, noted. I just meant you can't have anyone go down at all, or you're not going to meet the damage check. That's what I mean. But also, you know, you can't die.
Yeah, can't die. Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah, boss not killable, even though the boss has died.
Preheat's wife is in chat. Hi, Preheat's wife.
Hello.
Yeah, and who's on the casting desk? It's Aya and Preheat's wife's husband.
Yeah, that's me.
Yep. Blood Elf female. Found the joke.
You got some sillies? I feel like some of the sillies have been removed
changed,
too. Like
yeah.
I feel like it's it was a different time when some of
Yeah.
those came out, but yeah, I think some of our donations were coming in with some of the sillies. Those are pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to rip one,
Dude, I don't recognize any of these. Oh, these are the male ones. That's why. The put off male ones.
Oh,
Like,
yuck.
I don't play
Blood
that
off male.
class. Yeah.
gross.
I hate Thunder Bluff. You can't find a good burger anywhere.
I get it because they're cows. Oh, it's so good. What else? We got another one.
Yeah, this is the one that I was. This is so cringe, but I'm going to do my best impression. Okay. I went to Undercity to get a facial. Have you seen these people? I said, you don't have a lower jaw, and you're going to give me a facial? She got mad. At least I think she did. You ever heard someone talk without a lower jaw? She sounded like a Murloc.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Speaking of Murlocs, you know what? Let's spice it up here in the morning since we're just kind of getting started.
Wait, what do you mean? Speaking of Murlocs, are you speaking of Murlocs?
Speaking of Murlocs, yes.
Girls Who Code.
You'll
is
see
that,
where I
is
go
that
with
that
this.
segue?
Yeah, we'll get there. Just bear with me here for a second. So I do have the Tiltify up on my screen. If we can raise $50 for Girls Who Code in the next hour, I will give you a perfect Murloc impression.
Okay. All right. I'm excited.
Yes.
How much? What? Say that again.
$50. We need to raise $50 for Girls Who Code in the next hour. So that would be by, what, like 12:30 Eastern?
Okay.
Yeah, and we have the chat there. We have the link in chat. So you can just click on that. There you go.
I'm sending you my Murloc voice for the. Can we? You know, it would be a funny segment, which would be hard to set up, but maybe for the future, we have viewers send in their Murloc impressions.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I would like...
we judge them.
Like, I would love if we could get, like, a third person here, too, and just, like, make them do a Murloc impression as
I know.
well.
Well, let me see. Is Birch...
I wonder who in the
where's
raid can do the
Birch?
best Murloc impression.
Birch is over there. Maybe well, they're eating. I don't want to ruin their vibes over there.
Yeah.
Birch literally just opened, like, a Subway sandwich or something. He's about to... that's... Or a Jersey Mike sandwich. What is that? What's the sandwich? Is it good? Is the sandwich good? Oh,
He
just
gives
gave
a
me
thumbs
he just
up.
gave me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. I just returned the thumbs up. Yeah, so someone in chat said, WTF is Girls Who Code? That's
Oh
a
my
good question.
gosh. That is a good question.
I'm so glad you asked.
I'm so glad you asked. It's our charity partner of the Race World First. It is a wonderful charity, and they're trying to do, honestly, a lot of things. But their main initiative is they're trying to get women into the programming field. I think only 1 in 5 graduates of computer science degrees are women. So great organization trying to get women in STEM, and we have... a lot of really cool incentives that we've already hit. The Hot Wings Challenge was yesterday. $20,000 raised already, and the next one is $25,000 for egg relay. If you don't know what that is, basically it's I think it's like you boil some eggs, you hard boil some, and then you keep some of them raw, and you just like knock them on your forehead and hope for the best.
It's egg RNG, right? Like sometimes you high roll a normal egg, but then every once in a while you get a raw egg.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, so I actually have a computer science degree. Like I went to college, I got a computer science degree. Can confirm, very male dominated.
Not a lot of women. Yeah.
It's so looking to get people involved, girls involved in they've got summer programs, clubs.
Yeah, a lot of stuff across the country too.
Yeah.
So Tiltify is pulled up here on the laptop, and Preheat has got it. So if you want us to, we were doing dating advice last night with the Girl Boss Desk. It was a fun time.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I was watching. That looked like fun.
Did we get a donation?
We did.
It looks like.
Yeah,
what
we
is
did.
that?
So we have a $50 donation from Anonymous, with no comment or anything. We also have a $20 donation from Skinny Krampus.
Okay.
Bananas are blue. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. I read another one that was also I think further down. That's the same thing.
Yeah, we also have a $50 donation from Warrior F13. I recognize that name.
Yeah.
Murloc, please. Oh, yes. You will get that. And then we also have, let's see here. Slifer with a $10 donation. Match this donation to bless your vault tomorrow and also get Murlocs. That's true. I've seen that happen. Yeah. So if you actually, if you donate, it will make your vault better. It's actually a good way to bless your vault.
Yes,
From
it's
what
very
I hear,
true.
you like get guaranteed tier in your vault.
Yep.
That's the rule on the street.
It works. Did
Yep.
you try it?
Yeah, I actually did. I have donated myself, so hopefully my vault is blessed. But
apparently, I'm sorry. Apparently, the Echo stream had a power outage, and the Raiders are still streaming, but their main broadcast went down.
Huh.
I thought they had just stopped streaming.
Yeah, I thought so too. But I actually have Scripe's POV up here. I'm watching them do the jailer on the other monitor, just kind of getting the feel for the fight. But yeah, no, it was kind of funny how that timing lined up. But no, we've been watching them on their individual streams. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, well, I guess I owe the stream a Murloc impression.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let it rip.
Hold on, I got to mute here and get mentally prepared.
Okay. Wait, that was really good. Wait, that's the best one I've ever heard. That was insane.
I've been practicing.
Wow. That
I
was
actually,
good.
when I was in like high school, I made a little. Do you remember Flash, Adobe Flash?
Yeah, I do.
Man, I'm really showing my age with this one.
Did you make a video?
Adobe Flash was like a cool animation. It was like the cool hip animation program, right? When I was growing up, and I remember I made a video about a Murloc. Oh my god! Yeah,
Okay.
and I voiced it as well. So I had to practice the Murloc voice. I'm not ququite as good as I used to be. Back in my prime, though, you wouldn't have been able to tell the difference.
In your prime?
Yeah, back
Okay.
in my prime.
That was good. Very good, but needs more gurgling. Well,
Oh,
in
more
his
gurgling?
prime,
Yeah,
there was more gurgling.
my throat's also a little sore from like speaking for the last 2 weeks. How long have we been here? Is
I
this
don't
day,
know. I keep
day
having to press the
14?
cough button so I can clear my throat.
Yeah, I think we're on day 14 now. I don't know. It's kind of hard to
I have
remember.
no idea. I don't know
feel
what
like
day
we're
it
just
is.
so deep in that it's just like day something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I don't have to cast 2 shows today.
Yeah, I bet you've been so
I'm
busy
so
with the
happy.
AWC and
I
everything.
know.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It's a good time. Good time though.
Yeah.
You will get casted for the next Warcraft movie. Dude, I legitimately would love to voice act. It'd be so fun. I don't know how people get into that. I think it's very cutthroat.
Yeah, I assume it is. And also I assumed like you have to just be like insanely talented.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's definitely one of those things where just, man, some voice actors just have so much talent.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it isn't just like, making like sounds and words in your own voice. It's like adapting your voice to the situation as well.
Apparently there's a guy, I don't know his name, but he does like all monsters in any video game, and he's in like every single one. He's like a zombie or like some kind of like Murloc thing. Like he's credited for every single one. He's just like the guy
The monster
that
guy.
you call, when you want a monster or
And then
something.
Probably looks like just like a normal dude, right? Like I feel like that's
Probably.
always how it is. You have like the most insane voice actor in it. You see a picture of them, and it's
Yeah.
just like you'd never expect it.
It's like the voice actor for Winston in Overwatch. Have you seen a picture of him?
No, I haven't.
He is like not at all what you would expect him to
I
look
just
like.
literally imagine someone looking exactly like Winston.
He
who
just
makes that
looks
voice.
like look him up and you'll
All right,
it's
we're
it's
Googling
gonna
it.
shock you. Like it doesn't make sense. Peter Cullen, I think. Is that
Winston
him or is that the
voice
guy that I was
actor.
Crispin for? Okay, there's just some names being mentioned.
Wait,
I don't know.
what?
Yeah. Right?
What?
Isn't that weird? Like, doesn't make sense. He looks like he's in a boy band.
Yeah.
Like, he
Like
does
a-
not look like that.
like
voice
just a
actor
teen.
for Winston. Like,
That's insane.
yeah,
Well, shout out to Crispin Freeman.
yeah. What a name,
Amazing.
too. Crispin.
Very crisp name.
Yeah.
I like that one. Yeah.
Blomsandi is I love Blomsandi.
Me too.
Like the character. I don't know what his voice actor looks like. The guy does Reinhardt. Wow. Ton of video game. Dude, I met him backstage at BlizzCon and I was fangirling so hard. He's so nice too.
I heard also that same guy did Socratar.
Did
which is a
what?
boss from Hellfire.
That guy? Or the same
no,
guy?
the
Or what
the
do you
guy
mean?
who did Reinhardt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What is his name, guys? Darren DePaul. Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now. Let's see. What does Darren DePaul look like? Okay.
He looks like dad that you just want to like
Yeah,
hug,
he
you know?
seems more normal to me, and well, I guess
It
normal
kind
in
of-
terms of like how the voice
Yeah,
is versus the
that
person
one makes
making the
sense,
voice.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's bring it back in for just a moment on this poll, just to kind of talk about what we're seeing here. So I know that we're just jumping right into the downstairs phase, if you will, or part
Singularity.
of the fight. Yes, but we go downstairs. There's a massive bang that goes off, right? That's that giant ball in the middle of the room that's like sucking everyone in. And if you're up there, whenever that goes off, you just die, no matter what. That's the same spell that he cast at the very end of the fight. And the way that you avoid dying to that is you actually hit that matter. It's like the little orb that they're on like the corners of the room, kind of. And whenever you hit that, it creates a bunch of pools, and then you can go downstairs, basically escaping that giant explosion that's going off there. But of course, while you're downstairs, there's still mechanics, right? Like people are running out with those marks. They don't want to be hitting other friends with that. It's going to knock them back if they hit them, do some damage to them as well. But you only stay down there for a certain amount of time, and you can during that phase you have to hit those 3 orbs. We were talking about that before, but those are the ones that reflect damage. You don't actually directly hit them; you just stay on top of them. Also important to note that these quasars here that we see like slowly approaching the raid, those slowly make their way to the boss. But like if one of those hits the boss, it's a wipe. You can kind of, I feel like you can kind of take that for granted, right? Because it looks like they're just constantly coming in, but they do actually have to pay close attention to those and make sure they die right before. But you can't you can't kill them too fast though, because if you kill them too fast, then the people who get those marks, they have to clear, right? So the people who have the swirlies, they have to go down by touching those pools that were created whenever the quasars die. They only stay on the ground for like 5 seconds, I think. So, yeah, it's there's
a lot going on.
A lot of CC involved, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Ah,
Yep, a little bit of a knockback there.
lost Donkey Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna nope.
Donkey down.
Donkey boy
Donkey
down.
up though.
Domi. Who is it that has a list of all of his nicknames?
I do.
Is that you?
That's me.
Can we hear him? Can we roll through those?
Yeah. Let's rip
Let's
it real
hear 'em.
quick. So I actually did a little research.
You did a little research.
Yeah, did a little research for this. Whenever Shakib was, I know Miss
I
Shakib.
don't even know his real name. Do you?
I just call him Shaq. That's I don't think that's his real name though. But yeah, I had to do a little research for him whenever he was the Honda MVP of the day. So here we go: Domi, Bambi, The Bucket, Pop Knock, Water Park, Boulder Bag, Hagrid, Shakib, Splashy, Junior Jack, Dominicus, Soup Shop, Buck Diff, Bambino. So I might repeat some of these.
Sure.
Fruit Loops, Danny the Crab. That one, I don't know if I've ever met Danny the Crab. But,
No, me neither.
Of course, we have Poo Poo Pee Pee. How could we forget?
Yeah.
And, Atlas was his partner in crime, Pee Pee Poo Poo.
Oh, yes, of course.
And then also Train Track Domes, Beach Bird, the Coco Nut, the Musketeer, Boy Scout, and now Donkey Gary.
Yep. Very important.
So, chat, did you
Wait,
get all
do you have
those?
the bucket in there?
Yeah, the bucket.
Okay, good.
The bucket's
Okay.
also in there for sure. Chat, there's going to be a quiz later. Make sure that you are taking good notes.
Yeah, name at least 5.
Also, I think by next year, this list will probably be double the size.
So funny.
That's usually how it is.
I still don't know his real name. It's probably like something really simple.
So we have a minute 40 left on the Enrage the Bosses at 16%. So far, so good.
Don't
Have
say
no
it.
reses available, though. Twisted's kind of getting on. One thing I love to watch on this boss is just all these like celestial-looking bosses.
Yeah.
They always just completely destroy the tanks. I don't know what the deal is with that, but like they all swing hard.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're able to stabilize the healing here coming in. So there's going to be some large damage events happening here soon. Of course, in 30 seconds we're going to have the massive. Or wait, hold on. Is our timer correct here?
24.
So it says Enrage timer's at a minute. But the massive bang is already going off, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But this is looking pretty good. I mean, really, really good burn here. Everyone alive. The boss is at 4%. We have 13, 12 seconds, 10 seconds left. Can we make it? 9 seconds, 8, 7? And this is all just you just do as much damage as you get. No one's moving here.
Wow.
This is going to be a really low wipe. We're not going to get it here, but very, very close.
Oh my gosh, 0.73. I think it said before.
This is
exactly that massive bang went off. Yeah, and
this is exactly what we needed.
That was
for the
only
morning.
like the third poll of the morning.
My God. I love to see it. Okay, so let me just like rant a little bit about the morning thing.
Go for it.
It's so hard to do the cold start.
Yes.
Right? Like whenever you first log in and you're like working on the boss, it's really hard, especially if like you're behind and you just saw another guild get the kill. It is so hard in the morning to get everyone kind of in the zone. The perfect way to start the morning, though, is just to get a really low wipe like this. Obviously, it'd be better if we just one-shot it, right?
Of course, yeah.
But, like, not trying to get too greedy. Yeah, so getting a low wipe like this is going to keep everyone, basically energize everyone, make everyone realize, we can do this right here.
Yeah.
Like, this next pull, We can kill this boss, and then we're right on the jailer. We're neck and neck again.
It's the same thing that happened with Halandris, right? Like we were pushing late-ish into the night. They weren't getting that, they weren't going to get it at that night, and they just came back the next morning, and they took them like 3-4 pulls, and they downed it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to call it, but I'm seeing the same pattern here.
The vibe is good this morning.
The vibes are good.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
We got good vibes. And also, important to note, and chat keeps reminding me of this, they're 5 healing still. Isn't it? That's kind of insane. Because that
extra damage.
That was really close. If that was, obviously it's harder to get there with 4 healers, right? But yeah, that's great. We're definitely on pace here.
Posy vibes only. Yeah, vibe check, chat.
Oh, we have insanely good vibes now.
Yeah, the vibes are good. Instantly this morning. And I was talking with Atlas while Echo down to Raglan, and I was like, oh no, is that gonna make the Raiders upset or tilt them? Because sometimes when you get behind, it's a little bit hard to stay in a positive mood. He's like, oh no, the vibes are good today.
Yeah.
So
good vibes.
Good vibes only.
Also really good. Liquid Gold has always been pretty good at focusing on themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And not letting anything
You have to.
Yeah, not letting anything external tilt them. So obviously no one is tilt proof, completely tilt proof, but you can definitely try your best. Oh, do you want to hear me open a can of monster?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay.
Let's get some insight. I might go get one after.
All right, getting that tab. I want to make it as loud as possible. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's nice. Wait, you don't open it all the way?
What do you mean open it all the way?
You don't push it all the way back? You slightly opened it. No, you can push it all the way.
Does this increase the?
Well, now you're gonna break it because you already
or?
pushed it. I mean, I have no idea. But
Is
you
it
just cracked it and you
aerodynamic?
just let it. You just left it there.
I don't know what you mean. This is how I've always opened every can I've ever opened in my life.
Oh wow! I'll go get one.
Wait, so
I'm gonna go
can
get
you
one.
show me good form?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
solo cast for a bit. You good
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
I'm
good.
gonna see if on the way to get my can I can get Birch up on the desk.
Okay, sounds
I'll
good.
be right back. Don't tell him. Okay, I'm just gonna be really
Yeah,
nice.
it'll
I'm
be
just
a
gonna
secret.
approach him slowly. He's a gentle doe. Okay.
Yeah, so getting back into the fight while Aya does all of that. Wow, what an insane pull, chat. I cannot believe that we're starting the morning this well. I was a little worried about the morning vibes because I've been casting the morning shift. The past 2 days, we've been doing some splits in the morning, seeing some mixed performance. But this morning, it seems like everyone is kind of fully vibed up, and you love to see it. But I'm going to explain some of these mechanics here for people who are new. So we are looking at Fired Up's POV, and you can see this little swirly above his head. That's going to be basically a mechanic that will wipe the raid instantly if you do not clear it. The way that you clear it is you walk into that little shadowy pool on the ground, which then sends you to the downstairs. So as you can see, Fired Up is now back online. He's back upstairs, but he was sent down there. Now, whenever you're downstairs, there is there's kind of a priority to what you want to be hitting. There's a boss over here, the little ad. It's called Unstable Matter is the name of it. You can only hit that while you're downstairs. And on that first one, you can't really just deal damage to it before it's time. You have to go downstairs to hit it, and it is kind of it can be a little challenging to make sure that you kill it in time because you don't want to kill it too early, and you also don't want to kill it too late. You have to kill it just on time, and that's going to be whenever the Massive Bang is coming off here. So as you can see, Massive Bang is coming up. They're going to finish off that matter. All of those circles coming down, and now they're going to be stepping up.
Hey, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I brought you a cookie.
Ooh.
Do you want a cookie?
Yes.
Adine brought these. Have you had one yet?
I've had one of these, yeah.
They're so good.
They're very maple.
They're these Canada maple cookies that
Canada's
she brought.
best, yes.
All right. Oh, you muted. I didn't even bother.
Oh, should I chew into the mic?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was gonna give them more. This is a mukbang now.
More ASMR.
Yeah. This is.
Okay.
We're just continuing the morning stream thing, right?
Yeah. No, the vibes are good. I'm missing Lula though. So sad she's gone.
I saw her this morning. They have to.
You think they have it?
I don't.